Game 11 between Uganda and Botswana. Botswana winning the toss and opting to bowl first. ILT20 Continental Cup powered by Fancode. Both sides are taking on.
Riaza Telisha from Uganda and the match referee Emmanuel Dube. Botswana are the home nation, so they will flip the coin. Tails is the call. Heads it is. Karabo, you've won the toss. What are you going to do?
We're going to have a bowl this morning.
Any particular reasons?
We feel that maybe in the morning is the best time to bowl because when the sun starts to bake on it a bit, the ball starts to come on a bit better.
You picked up 2 wins on the bounce. Any particular changes in this game?
Yes, young Monroe Castleman comes back and Reggie Nahonde takes a rest again.
Right. Best of luck. Reza Talisha, unable to win the toss today, but what would you have done if you had?
We wanted to bat first and see how we'll bat in these conditions.
Any changes in this game?
Yeah, we have 3 changes. Juma is out, Cosmos is out, and Robinson is out.
Best of luck in the tournament. Well, you have had the news in the middle. Botswana did win the toss and they elected to bowl first. Botswana will feel that they have picked up some momentum. They picked up 2 wins in the last 2 games. And that man in your frame, Bomo Kumalo, has been exceptional ever since he got a nod. He's looked to start reasonably well in his opening spell. And there will be a change in the opening pair for Uganda. Simon Sesazi will be opening the batting alongside Fred Achelam. Good move here, you would say. The wicketkeeper batter has been tasked to open the batting. He's gotten an opportunity against the side, you would say, should not trouble him too much.
That man there on the screen, you see, Boemo Kumalo. 4 matches, 3 wickets he's picked. Starts off with an extra down the leg. First runs on board for Team Uganda.
Not the start they would have wanted. Balls are a bit too straight. Swings down the leg side. But good to see some hint of swing lateral movement. Something that has not been very common in the tournament so far. But I like this move from Uganda. They obviously recognize that this is a game perhaps they could give a couple of other players some opportunities. And Fred Achelam gets his.
Driven there. And they pick up a quick single. Yeah, definitely other batsmen also being provided the opportunity to have a go at the teams. Pile up some runs early on. It's a beautiful sunny morning here at Gahanga. Botswana should be a bit careful with the amount of extras they provide to the Ugandan side. Should keep it nice and tight.
Fred Achelam started out his career, especially at underage cricket, as a top order batter, opening for his club. He's tested there. Some tough questions from Bama Kumalo. Gets that away swing just enough. Swings away just enough to beat that outside edge of Fred Achelam.
Beautiful delivery there. Just a hint of late movement as it beats the outside edge of Fred. Botswana coming back into the competition with 2 back-to-back victories.
Fred Achelam dances down the wicket. Could only get hands to it. just over the field there at mid-off. Castleman obviously is back in the side today for Botswana. But Fred Chalam is off the mark.
Yeah, takes a shimmy at it and just goes over Castleman at mid-off there. Was in the air for a fair amount of time, but just a teasing opportunity there. As they pick up 2 runs. Left-hand, right-hand combination to begin with for Team Uganda.
Thick outside edge there, and he manages to glide that down to third man for a single. But you get a feeling that that little shimmy down the ground by Fred Chalam was obviously to try and negate the swing we have literally seen in this first Burma Kumalo over.
Decent start to the innings here by Botswana. It's been good deliveries just in the right channels there by Boemo. Not giving it too much of a length for the Ugandans to capitalize on. Keeps it down once again. Simon Sisazi being a bit watchful earlier on here. As we come in for the final delivery of the first over.
Well, Zaid, I don't think we give a lot of credit to some gentlemen who do a selfless job of preparing the wickets and the grounds themselves, but the wicket looks like a belter. Today is match day number 6, but the wickets have been very, very good for batting. Outfields have been pretty quick. So hats off to the ground staff here at the Gahanga Oval.
It's one thing having a facility, and maintaining it is a whole different thing. As we come to the end of the first over, Team Uganda putting on 5 runs for no loss. And there we have Team Uganda's team. Simon Sisazi, Fred Alcom, Shridip Mangela, Raghav Dhawan, Pascal Marunji, the captain Riazat Ali Shah, Dinesh Kumar Nakarani, Alpesh Ramjani, Frank Subuga, Joseph Baguma and Henry Senyondo. There for Team Botswana, we've got the skipper, Karabo Mutlanka, Monroe Castleman, Vinod Balakrishnan, Darindu Pereira, Pomelo Silas, Valentine Bazo, and coming in to the attack now from the pavilion end is Maloki Mketsi. Will be bowling to Fred Alcom. Introduction of spin early on here.
Just on how well we've seen the spinners do on this wicket. Don't think it's a big shocker there. Namula is one of those that has traditionally bowled in the
hit down the ground. The fielder was in action for a moment, but it goes past him for the first boundary here.
Starts off with the full delivery. Mula width on offer. Fred Chalam throws everything at it, and the best place in the ground to hit it. Hits it straight down the ground. Castleman, a waiting field at mid-off, unable to get hand to it. 4 runs to Chalam's total.
Keeps it down. A loopy sort of delivery here by Maloki. Just slowing it. Testing the timing of Fred.
Considering obviously that Mula is a left-arm orthodox spinner, you'd have thought that you'd have wanted to have that middle field on the ring, on the boundary itself. But there is a field change, long off and long on. The 2 fielders down the ground. Fred Chalam takes a little shimmy down the ground and whacks it over the pavilion there for the first maximum of this match.
Oh, that's a biggie. Use of the feet. Got to the pitch of the delivery and give it all. High and handsome, and will pick up a maximum. Went miles in the air there. Beautiful shot. One of the biggest maximums we've seen around so far. As Uganda have put Robinson Obuya, the top scorer, on the bench today, letting the sides know that we've got plenty of options.
Yes, a bench may not be the word I would have used. I think it's probably just taking a break. And with that break, allowing other batters to get an opportunity to try and build some rhythm, especially as we move towards the back end of the tournament. You want to have as many players in form as possible. So if you can get another match winner in there before you get to the final, because you feel that Uganda are obviously, there's daylight difference between them and number 2, so you think they're already in the final. But they need to get a couple of other players in form, in rhythm. And Fred Achalam gets his opportunity to open. He's cruising at 13 off 6.
Yeah, the boys have really dominated so far in this competition. But Botswana, coming off 2 back-to-back victories, have that slight bit of a hope. And they want to take on the challenge. They want to take on the man in yellow. 10 runs coming off 3 deliveries so far by Maloki. An expensive start. And that man there is in a full flow. Oh, just goes over the keeper's head. He'll pick up a single with that.
Nearly spoke about options right before the delivery. I think for me, Fred was taking the right option of trying to go down the ground, picked up 4 runs and then followed it up with a maximum. Especially on a wicket where the spinners are not getting a lot of turn. You'd want to see the batters, rather than play the cross-butted shots like the sweep, you want them to keep coming down the wicket.
Yeah, the slower deliveries definitely require the use of feet just to generate a bit of extra power, bit of extra leverage into ball striking there. 2 more deliveries left here. Haven't really seen aggression by Simon Sisazi, the top scorer of Team Uganda internationally. Plays that one off the back foot. Being a bit watchful is Simon. Plays that one square of the wicket off the back foot, but the fielder does excellently there. And that will be the end of the second over. It's 16 for no loss. Team Uganda.
Bomo Kumalo returns for his second. Very well struck there by Fred Achalam. Gets right behind that one. Picks up a single.
Yeah, a bit short pitch there by Boemo, but not getting too much of a purchase out of this surface. Just skidded on and well played there by Fred. Starts off with a single here. And that will race away to the boundary ropes. Plays it around the corner. Helping it on its way for 4.
Short delivery there. Crumped him for room, you would say. Got to him a bit quicker than you would have liked. But gets just enough wood onto that one, allowing him to pick up his first boundary of this inning. Simon Sesas is one that is not short of qualities, just been short of runs. Yesterday he felt he perhaps got a bit of a difficult decision, tough decision there. But he'll be hoping to try and make use of this opportunity. Give himself some time and switch the gears a bit later.
Beautiful looking shot that defensively played. Something about left-handers. Always looking the part. So elegant. Make it look effortless out there in the middle.
Speaking of elegant looking left-handers, pick for me on my mind would be the quality you will see from Karabo Motlanthe when he leans into those forward cover drives through the covers. He just looks the part itself.
Goes aerial on that occasion. One bounce for 4 was in his region, and he took full advantage of that. Beautifully struck for 4.
Ball's a little bit full. You feel that Simon Sesazi has had enough. He's had a look at the wicket already. He knows there's not much lateral movement, and he's going to chance his arm against anything that is within his hitting arc.
Yeah, just speaking the length on that occasion, and in a flash, gets aggressive with it. Up and over, making good use of the field restriction there. Second boundary of the over. Karabo Motlanthe yesterday playing against Team Rwanda, winning that game. Beautiful punches. Plays it to short fine leg there. Just nudges it around the corner for a single.
Overcorrection there, of course, from the bowler, but allows Simon Sesazi to rotate strike, kick, gets a single. Fred Chalam is on strike. He's cruising at 14 of 8. Fred Chalam is a very strong boy. He'll try and look to make full use of this power play itself. He's very strong outside the off stump, but there is an extra cover fielder patrolling that area. He's also equally very strong down the ground. He's already shown us so.
Swing and a miss, takes a go at it, dances down the pitch and misses it completely. There you see the shadow. As we come to the end of the third over, it's 26 for no loss, Team Uganda.
There is a bowling change from the pavilion end. Mula will take a break. Tatawone, the right arm medium pace bowling. He will be up against Simon Sesazi, who is on 10 of 9 deliveries. And the two fielders that are outside the ring for Botswana are long off an extra cover, leaving that big wide vacant onside with no one patrolling that area. Big enough wood that goes right over that infield to quickly run for 4 runs.
Watching it really well, right beneath his eyes there. Not trying to go risky at all is Simon. Throughout the tournament we've seen him go out a bit cheaply, but this time around he's being a bit watchful.
Very well bowled from Tataone. Good start, you would say, but he quickly opts to bring the extra cover fielder back into the ring and sends Castleman down to long on.
Yeah, all the fielders moving in, synchronized on their toes. They know how quick the Ugandans can be between the wickets here. That is to show support and back in your bowler. Of course, Simon Sisazi, from the looks of it, is trying to hang in there and show the support to Fred.
I think I like this strategy from Titi. Send long off and long on. That will simply tell you he's going to look to try and attack the stumps as much as possible. Not give the batters any width. The plan for him will be not to bowl anything outside that fourth stump line, so that he can only get hit down the ground to long off and long on. That's, for me, a very good plan. Started off with difficult times at the start of the tournament. Tataone, he was guilty for bowling too full and paid a hefty price. But he's recovered pretty well in the tournament and his bowling figures have changed tremendously.
Goes hard on that one and will go the distance. Maximum by Simon Sisazi. Charges into that one so quick. Anything on middle and off.
Looking at the replay, the line was alright, it's just the length. He got that a touch short. And on a slow wicket, the ball simply just sat up for Simon Sisazi, who rocked back on that back foot and whacked it to that vacant mid-wicket region. The ball having enough wings in it. Flying for the first maximum of Simon Sisazi's bat. Uganda 32 for no loss after 3.4.
Yeah, beautiful looking shot that. As I was saying, Simon Sisazi, anything on off and middle hasn't been really attacking it. But anything moving from middle to leg, he charges upon it. Has a bite, has a go at it. And so far he's put them away. The search team will be busy in this Ugandan innings.
Had a chat, of course, with Karabo Modlanka earlier, but you can see in your frame there the fielders alongside the ground staff that I credited a lot earlier. Looking for the ball, the replay there. Slightly short delivery. Sat up nicely for Simon Sisazi, who hit that right into the bush, as you would say.
Yeah, and that really went far. Not very high, but flat and powerful.
As I was saying, I was having a chat with Karabo earlier, and you're saying that whereas they like to bat fast, generally, felt that both their victories in the tournament have come through chasing. So he felt that if there was ever a time for them to surprise Uganda, it would be this morning. So he's asked the Ugandan unit to bat fast. He felt if he can get them anywhere around that 140 mark, with the batting unit Botswana have looked to put together, they should be able to try and hunt that down.
Slower delivery this time around. Drives it, no run taken. Final delivery of the fourth over. About to come in. It's 32 for no loss. Uganda aiming to go high. They're looking good control of this power play. Once again, that movement, he's getting some swing in the air as it angles into the left-hander. And that will be the end of the fourth over. It's 33 for no loss. 7 runs coming off that over.
Karabo Modlanka continues to ring in the changes, and there is another bowling change from the airport end. Bomo Kumalo takes a break. The ball has been thrown to Tarindu Pereira. Started off the tournament by opening the bowling. but we have seen him transition into becoming the number 3 batsman for this Botswana unit. Now he's going to bowl the 5th over of this inning.
Oh, that will go the distance. Beautiful looking shot by Simon Sesazi. First delivery picks up the length so early.
Looking at that replay, short delivery asking to be hit, and hit it was. I kid you not. Simon Sesazi is very strong on that pull shot. Look at that one. Half tracker got the much needed punishment. Not the ideal start from Tarindo Pereira. Conceding 6 runs of the first delivery, it can potentially be a 12-run over.
He gets into such strong positions there and walks it on the leg side. Powerful hand, powerful swing, and times it sweetly. It is his favorite shot, as he does tend to play it a lot and gets full value out of all the attempts. Drives that one, keeps it on the ground, no run taken.
Much better line, I'm sure. That is exactly the line that Karaba would want Pereira to bowl at, because they do have an extra cover patrolling that boundary. So the 2 men they have outside the ring are extra cover and 3rd man. So Karaba will probably be asking Pereira to allow himself only to get hit on the offside. Very strong offside field set.
Once again, didn't carry. But I'll tell you, Simon Sesazi scored 20 runs in this tournament in the past 3 games. Seems to be in the mood today.
Back-to-back dot balls. Tarindo Pereira will feel he's recovered. But his job is not yet done. He has 3 dot balls to go, 3 balls to go to get out of this over.
One of the strongest parts of Simon's arsenal is the calculative cricket that he plays. He knows his numbers. Cricket being a numbers game, he's always calculating. He knows he's struck a maximum of the first delivery. That allows him the luxury to have a few dotted deliveries. As you've seen, he's followed that up by 3 dotted deliveries. 2 more deliveries to go, might be pouncing on the remaining ones. Loud appeal, shake of the head by the umpire there.
Pitched outside leg stump, never would be given out. But speaking Simon Sesazi, in the past he's been guilty for playing in 2 gears. Either very attacking or completely finding himself bogged down. And as you can see, he hit a 6 off the first delivery. Then picked up 4 dot balls in a row. So it's an area of his game, that dot ball percentage for him, it's an area of his game that perhaps he'll be looking to try and improve.
Very, very well said there. Cuts that one. Man in the deep will restrict it to just a single there. And that will be the end of the 5th over. 40 runs up for Team Uganda as they cruise along this power play. Final over to go.
At this particular stage, I do not think Botswana will mind Uganda being 40 for no loss after 5. They feel that they have kept them under control. They have not allowed Uganda quickly get out of the blocks. And just 1 more over to go in the power play. They scamper through for a single, and they do make it a lot more comfortably than Botswana would have liked. That single allows Fred Chalam to take strike. He's been starved of the strike, you would say. He's only faced 9 deliveries out of the 31 balls that have been bowled so far in the match.
Yeah, Fred has been very, very aggressive here. He's on 14 of 9 deliveries. Does he go hard at Tatayone this time around? Takes a shimmy and beats the outside edge. Beautiful looking delivery there by Tatayone. Just teasing him. And the movement of the surface. Botswana bowlers are getting some movement here.
Very good to see some lateral movement. Tatayone clearly enjoying himself out there. That little shimmy yet again from Fred Chalam will be to try and negate that swing that we are seeing from the bowlers.
Oh, what a delivery once again. The length, the movement, drifting away from Fred on that occasion. He gives it a nod.
Look at that beautiful away swinger. We haven't seen many of those this tournament. Fred Chalam is totally beaten in that one. Very, very lucky not to have found that outside edge. But the Botswana players on the field have found their voices. They've sensed that they are with the momentum right now. The ball is swinging. Not many questions that are being answered by the Ugandan batters.
Goes hard, and that will go the distance. Fred says thank you very much. Gets to the pitch of the delivery there. No matter how much you move it, I'll get to it.
The replay that will tell you so. That little shimmy more often than not will help you to negate that swing. And boy, oh boy, this time round, Fred Chalam manages to find some width on it. Works it right over that cover region for a maximum.
Yeah, goes down on one knee. And the width on offer just allowing him to whip it. And whipped it really, really well there. Oh, there will be an extra, but nearly took off the leg stump. So close.
That is something that they call, that arises out of what you call overcorrection. When you get hit for a boundary for bowling width, more often than not, the bowlers try to overcompensate and end up bowling too straight. Right there is the perfect example. Try to bowl too straight, but that's straight down the leg side. Adjudged wide. Tatayone will have to bowl that delivery again.
Takes a shimmy once again and misses it. And a smile there. Just a little bit of words being exchanged between the bowler and the batsman.
Fred Chalam clearly playing in 2 gears. I would have liked to see the Ugandan batters rotate the strike a bit more. I wish we could quickly get the data on how many singles have been scored by Uganda in the power play. But they have been in 2 gears, either going very, very hard for the boundaries or unable to rotate strike.
Final delivery of the power play. Walks it around the corner. They'll run hard. Want to come back for a double? Yes, they do. Might even come back for a triple. Yes. Excellent running between the wickets here to end the power play. And that will be 50 up for Team Uganda. It's 51.
Looking at the highlights package. Fred Chalam went down the ground first up, picking up his first boundary. Followed that up, dust down the wicket, hit it for 6. Simon Sesazi got something right around that one to find leg. Then took a liking to Bama Kumalo, went right over the mid-on fielder for 4 runs. Tatayone. Short delivery, Simon Sesazi pounced on that one for a huge maximum down at deep square leg. Pereira started off with a half tracker, which was hit for 6 by Simon. Fred Chalam dust down the wicket, hitting it over covers for yet another maximum. Uganda cruising at 51 for no loss after 6. There will be a change in the commentary box. Tawanda Eli alongside Bob Songa will be your commentators for the next phase of the game.
Thank you so much, Davis. Well, it's a fine morning. And we are welcome to the commentary box. Great start for Uganda. They finished the power play, 51 runs on the board for no loss in terms of wickets. Introduction of Michael Badenhorst, and player of the match in yesterday's game for Botswana. Struck quite early in his second delivery. No, his first over, he picked up a wicket, ended up with 2 wickets in that over. That was a maiden. Bob Songa Bashir, it's a fantastic morning to you.
Good morning, Eli. Good morning to our lovely viewers all over the world. Catching us live, of course, here at Gahanga International Cricket Ground in the ILT20 Continental Cup, powered by Fancode. 53 for note after 6.1, moving at the rate of 8.5 is Team Uganda. Of course, after being put in to have a bat first. Takes a little shimmy down the grounder. Might have clipped the thigh pad on that occasion. Yes, a leg by signal by the umpire, NSC Habib. The intentions are clear. The field is spread. They don't mind how they come.
Badenhorst just straying leg side on this occasion. Comes off the thigh pad and runs away for 4 with fine leg inside the 30-yard circle. Pretty different start that they have had the Botswana, unlike yesterday. I love the changes by Uganda coming into this game. Oh, clipped off the pads in the air. Fielder. Magnificent take. Oh, what a catch. Oh, great presence of mind to be aware where the boundary line was. He paired it back into the air and made sure that he came back with a diving effort. On one occasion, Fred thought that he's cleared the boundary, but a good take by Katlo Pates. Pushed it back into play and took a magnificent catch. Now he will lie there with a sign of relief that he managed to complete the catch. Did not only go for saving the boundary, but went for the catch as well. Good take. Now Fred Echelem's time at the crease has come to an end. He'll depart for 25.
Oh, what a take there from Katlo Pater. So far in this tournament, he has 2 catches that are going to go down as the contenders of the best catch of the tournament. Fred Achelam, you feel he's done his part, of course, with the bat. And it's again that man into the pads. The shot was there, picking out only that one fielder in the deeper. And look at that presence of mind. Almost flat on the ground there from Katlo Pater to pick up their first wicket is Team Botswana.
Oh, magnificent take by Katlo Pete. 2 beautiful catches you mentioned from the name. The first one was a magnificent one, Superman diving catch that he had in the tournament. This one will also be among the contenders for catch of the tournament, definitely. But no man who's been short of runs in the tournament. Shrindip Mangela comes to the crease. One of the 4 changes that Uganda made. He comes to the side. We have seen quite a number of people being given a go there. Fred Achelam was sent up the order to try and give him some game time. Did well. The 25 was a good start. They finished the power play with 50 runs on the board without loss of wicket. So Uganda would be happy. But also Botswana, they will breathe a sign of relief after picking up their first wicket, courtesy of this man who seems to have a golden arm every time he touches the ball. Michael Badenhorst finished with figures of 4 wickets yesterday. 21 dot balls that he bowled in that game. Very few runs that he conceded in total. 13. 4 for 13. Clipped well. You'd have thought that would have beat the fielder. But great presence of mind by Katlo Pete. Seeing that in real time, that was quick decision making there.
In the air for quite some time. And he will get off the mark is Sridip Mangela. Hitting it down the ground over the bowlers.
Well, you breathe a sign of relief with that shot. For a minute, it hung in the air for quite a while. Fortunate is he that it was straight enough to fall in a vacant region. As a batter, how do you deal in a slump in form or when you're short of runs?
My coach, I'll tell you, Eli, back in the days, the legend himself, William Kamanyi, used to tell us at the early stages, of course, if you're short of runs or form, go back to the basics, into the pads, flicked and flicked finer too is the call. They're running very hard. And they decide to take on the arm, of course, of that man, Castleman. 2 runs to add to the total. As we get to the close of the 7th over, it is 60-1. Coming back to that question there, Eli, Mike, William Kamanyi used to tell us you have to go back to the basics. There you see the batting chart. Simon Sesazi not out for his 27 off 23. That man, Fred Achelam, being promoted for his contribution of 25 off 17. Of course, he's back into the dugout because of that man, Katlo Piet, once again.
Botswana's bowling card. 5 bowlers have been used so far. Wema Kumara 2 for 15. Terindo Pereira on 1 for 7. But the biggest one will be Michael Badenost, ready as a wicket to his credit there. Coming into the 8th over, a man who took a blind up and has been brought back, or rather being brought into the attack, I beg your pardon there. Katlo Pete. Left armour. Spin. Maybe he can weave some magic here, bring his side into better contentions to finishing on top. Play down the ground.
Smartly batting there from the man himself, looking for runs. It is Shridip Mangela. When you look at the way Simon Sesazi has built his innings so far, 27 off 23, with those 2 maximums, he is taking his time trying to play the ball down the ground and making sure if that ball misses his line and length, he pounced on it. He knows his strength, of course, of that short ball, and he made sure he scored 2 maximums.
With an offer. Then it'll be slashed away. Just keeps it down to 1. Obviously, there's protection in the deep there, hitting the sweeper. An interesting stat that Davis Krashani brought up earlier, just towards the end of the power play there. The ratio of singles taken by Uganda, they've only scored 9 runs from singles. And 24 runs have come off maximums. Largely credited to Fred Achelam, who has made great use of his presence at the crease, being brought up the order. Did not waste any time. Faced a few deliveries, but made his efforts count. 25 from 17, 2 sixes that he struck, and 1 4.
Soft hands there from Simon Sesazi, but straight to the fielder at point. Love the fact that Katlo Peter's first over is trying to force them to hit him down the ground, despite of course bowling those 2 wide deliveries. But of course the field is spread. He has protection in the deep. Plays it to the back foot one more time again, straight to that fielder. They always told us as a spinner you gotta be the best fielder out there.
Yeah, you aid the field by becoming the extra man because you have enough time. That's why I say when you're bowling spin, you're on your toe, then you spring back into a catching position so that you become well positioned to field off your own bowling. Oh, deft touch. Magnificently played. Just using the pace of the delivery. He picks up an easy 2. Good work by Simon Sesazi.
With those 2 runs, we come to the end of the 8th over, 65-1. Giving away only 5 runs is that man, Katlo Pate. A very good tidy over from him. I believe Katlo Pate's 3 overs and Moloki Moketsi are going to be very key in this game. These are bowlers who can slow down things for Team Botswana. Of course, knowing that they have 5 boundary riders, it allows them to get that chance of picking up a wicket.
Batter Nost back in the attack. Single. Up his second over. Michael said that he has come under a lot of criticism for having a short run-up. He used to have a longer run-up, but he has shortened it. Mareva says he's found it to be effective, and look at that, he already picked up a wicket. 3 wickets right now to his name. Oh my. While you're giving man praises, goes for an extra. But going back to my point, he's picked up 3 wickets. As you see the replay there, it's too wide. Even the step by Sisazi to try to get to that one will not even have gotten there. 3 wickets that he has to his name, and this is only his second game. And the highest wicket taker in Botswana in the whole entire tournament, it's 2 of them. They only have 4 wickets apiece, and that is Moloki Moketsi and Tatayana Tose. So already he's up there challenging them in terms of taking up wickets. If you can get a few there, he will definitely be a serious contender. Good work by Tatayana Tose. The slide comes into play and saves a boundary, saves his team 2 runs.
And of course, given that this is just his second game, is that man Michael Baringhorst. But again, it shows you the depth in the squad from these sides. Plays it straight to covers. Change of pace on that occasion from that man Michael.
Botswana need to continue to work hard. This is a good test for them. They have done well in the previous games to try and restrict teams, especially in the power play and just after. Too short. Too short from Batter Nost. And he pays the price. Simon Sisazi says thank you very much to that half-tracker. Sends it for another maximum. He's 3rd of the match.
A very good shot again from Simon Sisazi. Change of pace there. He rocked back on the back foot. He had all the time in the world to hit it over that man at long on for yet another maximum.
Michael Batter Nost needs to do some work in trying to hide that slow delivery, because you could pick that up from a mile away. No mid-wicket. Allows them to steal 2. Good running. Good running from Simon Sisazi.
12 runs already now in his second over. Very good smart batting from these 2. The maximum and follows it up with 2 runs. He moves to the 40s as Simon Sisazi off just 31. He is looking for a big one. Can this be the day for that man? Missed out, of course, on the first 2 games.
Simon Sisazi is into the 40s, picks up a single, ends the 9th over. After 9 overs, Uganda 78 for 1.
It's that man, Cattle Pater, coming into Wally's second over. Full ball. Not enough timing on that occasion. But well enough to beat those 2 fielders converging to get another boundary is Simon Sisazi.
Boundaries are coming with ease for Uganda. Full toss. And does the diligence to put it away. You cannot do that. This is where Botswana need to work on. And they need to work on it in this match. Not that they'll have another chance, but you need to reduce the boundary percentage. Again, too short. But this time, it's just worked away for 1.
Looking to be very dangerous out there in the middle is Simon Sisazi. He moves to 46. A hit away for that half century. The man who loves playing here at Gahanga International Cricket Ground. He scored the first ever century in T20 International by any Ugandan at this particular ground, crossing, of course, that 1,000 milestone runs in T20 Internationals. Simon Sesazi, deft start there, drop and run from Shridip Mangela, allowing Simon Sesazi to face a lot of deliveries from the bowlers.
Simon Sesazi on strike. Already 6 runs in the over. Oh, hesitation! Umpire stands his ground. That was a close one. We have the courtesy of a replay. The umpire has to make a decision in split seconds. Let's have a look at that one again. It was pitched up, deft touch straight to the man. And then Silas Pomelo. Right, many will say that was out, but the thing that happened there is the positioning of the wicketkeeper. He stood right in front of the umpire, obstructing his view of the stumps there. So he really could not see when the bails came off. Benefit of doubt given to the batter. Oh, outside edge. And then it'll run away for 4. Our fortuitous boundary. And that will be welcome runs for a man looking to get some runs under his belt, Shridip Mangela. Having a look at that again. Went for the forward defense. A little bit of trying to make it deliberate, but I think that was a definite edge. Didn't intend it to go that fine, but he'll welcome the runs that he gets from it.
11 runs are coming off his second over. Very good one for Team Uganda, of course, as they getting closer to that 100 mark. Goes on the back footer, and he will finish with the dot ball. Is Gatlopater.
Halfway through the innings, Uganda are 89 for the loss of 1. You'll feel that they're a well-set side here. They have done well to get to the halfway mark without losing much. They've only lost 1 wicket. Fred Achelam, who made a great impact, 25 of 17 there, and the only wicket they lose. Simon Sesazi, great to still be in there, 47 from 35. So that's a good start that they have.
You see the bowling chart, of course, that man, Michael, once again picking up a wicket. A little bit expensive on this occasion. Going for 9 and over in his 2. And Gatlopater, 2 for 16 in 8. With an economy of 8, I beg your pardon. It's going to be very key for that man, Moloki Woketsi. He has bowled only 1 over. 3 more overs to come. He was expensive. He went for 10 runs and over. He's been one of the bowlers, of course, who's been slowing down things for Team Botswana.
Simon Sesazi on strike on 47. Now just looks to go on the knee, pairs it back, and that'll be 4. And that'll take him to a magnificent half century. There will be applause from his teammates because he gets to a magnificent 50. Short of runs, it's been his second game in the tournament. He loves it. He enjoys it. Gets to 50. Scoring of 36 deliveries. Hitting 3 4s and 3 6s. Looking at that again. Short just worked it fine. And it ran away to the boundary. Presence of mind to make full use of vacant areas. One of the interesting stats about Sesazi coming into this game is the highest Ugandan player to score runs against Botswana. He scored, coming into this game, 137 runs versus Botswana. His average against Botswana is around 34. So making use of that stat. Gets a 50 today.
One of the players, of course, who knows how to convert these 50s into a biggie. You'll be asking, can this be the day for that man, shot number 24. Emmanuel has scored 2,000 runs in T20 internationals. Catch was the call.
Fell short of Karabo Mutanka. And then pick up 2.
Very close there from the captain, chipping in a dive. He's been very handy in that particular region.
Working hard is Shundip Mangela, 11 of 10. This works it leg side. Feel it better when you get into the doubles in T20. You've done well, you've given yourself a start. You need to be working bit by bit, but also you have the presence of mind not to chew up deliveries. Your strike rate needs to be more or better than just 100. Guess what Simon Sisazi's strike rate is?
Plays it on the back footer, but there's protection in the deep and long off, who cuts it off to only 1 run. Eli just put me on the spot, but I'll tell you it's around 134.
That is his strike rate versus Botswana. 134 versus Botswana. Good guess.
Spot on, I guess.
11 overs done. It'll be 98 for 1. Trying to find something different. Karabo Mutlanka turns to himself to try and maybe, just maybe, get a breakthrough from the way Uganda are betting here. 98 runs on the board, 2 runs short of 100. He'll bring his off spin into play. Oh, tap fine. That's a good connection with the bat there. And definitely it will run away into a gap, but Moloki Moketi does well just to cut it to 2 runs, I guess, because there was an opportunity for 3 there. No, they do run 3. Well played.
Oh, I'll tell you that man, the captain, Karabo Mutlaka, shot number 10, he is playing his 50th international T20 for Team Botswana. With the ball, he has picked up 20 wickets, I beg your pardon, with the best over 4 for 16. He made his debut against Team Uganda, his first ever T20 international eye in 2019, the 20th of May. Deft touch again, touch and go.
Well played. Good running. Well, that's a magnificent feat to get 50 games under your belt for your nation. It's a good one. Man who just scored a half-century, Simon Sisazi, on 56, beating his previous best against Botswana. Plays it leg side. His previous best was of 37. Now does one better. Adds 2 more runs to the total. The 100 comes up for Uganda. 104 runs they have from 11.3 overs. This is a good platform. This is a good launch. You can understand why Karabo Mutlanka is trying to get a breakthrough, even bowling himself. He's a part-time bowler, you would say. He's turning himself, hoping for a breakthrough, desperate for a wicket, you would say.
But again, you would feel like Karabo Mutlaka being an off break, trying to bowl to Sisazi, the left hammer, bowling it away from him, forcing him to play on that bigger part of the ground. Very smart move. Reverse swept. Up and over. That's the man who is on form after, of course, getting that half century in Simon Sisazi. Decides to bat right-handed to Karabo Mutlaka. Hitting him all the way for a maximum.
More great anticipation. Premeditated shot, you would say. But the connection was even better. Got into a great position to play it. Right off the middle of the bat. Hitting it with the wind. Went for 6. And this is what happens when a part-timer comes in and the batter knows that this is a part-timer. They will target you. Karabo Mutlanka's already gone for 12 with 2 deliveries to go. Top ball. Maredi. It's a good over for Uganda. 12 off it. Yeah, we'll take that on any day. Simon Sisazi making great use of the opportunity that has been given here to bat. using it fully. You give your team a good start, and then you get to another milestone in your career. Too short. Half tracker. Definitely deserve the punishment that it has got. You don't bowl that in international cricket, you will be punished. Sent over the boundary. Finishes over with 18 runs. The most expensive over in this entire innings. 12 overs done, 160 for 1.
There you see on the replay, shot delivery there. His eyes lit up, coming out of the sweet spot of his blade. Simon Sesazi, yet again getting another maximum. 2 in that over the captain. He moves into the 70s in no time. Looking for a big one is that man, Simon Sesazi. He missed out, of course, in the first 2 games. He was sent here in Uganda A side to play the emerging tournament, trying to get his form back. And it looks like he has switched gears at the right time for his side. 70 of 43 deliveries. And I love the fact that that man, Shridip Mangela, is trying to play a very handy knock here, allowing Simon Sesazi to face more deliveries. Of course, he's the man who's been out there for now 12 overs.
Well, it's a smart thing to do. You're looking for form. Just make sure you don't chew up too many deliveries. Your partner is striking you good, striking you big. He has gotten over 30. 30 usually is the biggest mark in T20. He's now on 70. Half century under his belt. Give him strike. Play yourself in. It's an opportunity for you also to build your confidence. Work on a few things. It's a good cricket all around, both from Shundip Mangela and Simon Sesazi. 70 or 43. I get a feeling that Botswana are playing him into form, especially after that over of almost close to 20 runs from the captain. Boemo Kumalo back in the attack. His second spell. Off the pads. Another run away for 4. And quick it was, but just brushed the pad onto the boundary. And that'll be given as leg buys.
Boemo Kumalo, he's bowled some tight lines in his first 2 overs. But this time round, straight down off the thigh pad. Beats that diving from Mbazo, allowing it to go all the way to the boundary. Nothing is looking good for Team Botswana. Of course, knowing they have 9 wickets in hand, is Team Uganda already on 120 in just 12.1 overs, moving at 10 runs and over. This is where now Uganda can be very dangerous. Of course, knowing you have the likes of the captain, Riyazat Ali Shah, getting back to his former. No ball called.
That was too high. Above waist high. No ball called. Boemo Kumalo trying to bowl a slower delivery. But it was too high for the umpire's liking.
Full on that occasion. But again, very well played from that man Mangela, playing it straight to point, allowing now Simon Sesazi to face the free hit.
An opportunity for a man who has everything set up for him to get his second century, you would say. He's on 70, 30 short of it. And can he make full use of this opportunity? His first 100 came in 2021-2023 season versus Tanzania. Oh, good delivery. In the block hole. Well bowled. That's a brave move to put it in the block hole. It's a good delivery from Boemo Kumalo. Shridip Mangela now on strike. Well set up for Uganda. They have a possibility of breaching the 200 mark for the first time in this tournament here. They need to make use of it. Let's play down. Why do I say 200 is possible? You have more than 7 overs remaining, or just about 7 overs remaining. You have 124 on the cards. 10 and over, or even 15 and over from here. You definitely can get there.
You're talking about 200. I'll tell you, Eli, if they don't get to 220 plus, they'll feel disappointed, of course, knowing they have players like Riyazat Ali Shah into the pass. Over that field at short fine leg is Castleman, who plays second field with that chase. That should be another boundary for that man, Simon Sesazi, looking for a big one. Moves to 74 of 45.
Well set. Again, premeditated shot. Picking it outside off stump. Hitting it with the wind, knowing that fine leg is up inside the circle. There's only one way with that kind of pace. You to go to the boundary.
It shows you the confidence of that man, Simon Sesazi. When you look at that switch hit that went all the way to the maximum of Karabo and the way he got to that half century, it shows you he's been out there. He knows how the wicket is playing. Earlier, of course, we saw before the toss, it is a belter of a wicket. You would feel Team Botswana missed out on the trick at the toss, deciding to have the ball first, knowing that Uganda has more than 8 batsmen who can strike a long ball.
I'll back to differ with you there. I think they went with what they're good at the moment. The best foot has been their bowling between the two. So you give yourself what you're good at first up, and the bowling has been the decent of the two. Batting wise, they're trying to get there. As we reach 13 overs, it's 128 for 1. Spoken 220. Is that your target that you're going with for Uganda? Just give us a definite one.
224, I would say.
224. 224. That's the target that Uganda should aim for here. It's possible.
What's the target here, Eli? Remember, given that tomorrow is an off day, you might be the one to buy dinner tonight.
Well, I already asked you, so we're definitely going with yours. If they get there, you're the one buying. If they don't, then I will buy you.
A smart one. Smoloki changing games. Gets an edge on that one. Allowing now Simon Sesazi once again to get on strike. Very smart batting from that man, Shridip Mangela, who moves to 16 of 16, striking it at 100.
Smart. I'd say he's fortunate. He's found the outside edge of the bat twice. Just maybe Moloki can be brave against Shridip Mangela, get a slip in there. Maybe. But not to this man. Up in the air. And that will sail over the shortest boundary. It went up high. Didn't come from the middle there. It more looked like a top edge. But it went straight and up and over. I think that he was trying to play that leg side. But the power of the man is an exhibition here. When it's your day, well, it's just your day. Moves to 80. Does Simon Sesazi with that strike. And his strike rate keeps increasing. Now on 166. That's how good he's striking it.
Good comeback there from Moroki Mokesi, beating the outside edge of Simon Sesazi. And with that maximum already into the 80s with 5 maximums in these innings. Goes on the reverse switch hit there. Up. Catch was the call. Dropping shot at that man from deep extra cover, Tarindo Pereira. But feel he has missed out on that one. Is Simon Sesazi.
.48 runs have been scored from sixes in this game here. Down the track, well played, keeping it on the ground. Good use of the feet by Mangela. I'd really love to see him utilize this opportunity, Mangela. He's gotten into double figures. As we come to the end of the 14th, it'll be 137 for 1, and there'll be changes in voices in the commentary box. Davis Karashani will come back with Zaid Khan to take you through the last 6 overs.
And there is a bowling change from the airport end. Karabo Motlanka will feel like he's had enough. He's opted to go with experience. In Tatawone, he'll know that he's got a very big job to do. He has to put some brakes on this Ugandan onslaught. Uganda cruising at 137 for 1 after 14.
Hits that one down the ground, and that will be a 4. Sridip Mangela getting into the act as his partner sits on 81 off 51.
Look at the replay. Slightly full delivery. Takes a little shimmy down the ground and hits it to the safest place on the cricket field. Straight down the ground into the screen. You get a feeling that Sridip Mangela has recognized that it would be good for him to keep up that tempo. He switches gears, picks up, follows that boundary up with a single.
Yeah, he's been supporting Simon really well out there in the middle. Definitely a huge total we're going to have this morning here by the end of the first innings. And it'll be a big mountain to climb for Team Botswana in the second half. Powerfully hit, stand and deliver as he admires the shot. One for the photographers, one for the cameramen.
Slightly full delivery. Tateone guilty for bowling width. Very full. Allowed Simon Sesazi to muscle that to that extra coverage. Didn't even bother running. That's how well he knew he had timed it.
Yeah, full flourish of the bat there. Width on offer. Slaps it over covers for 4. Second boundary off the over. Loud appeal and the finger will be raised.
Tatawone strikes. Much needed wicket there for Botswana. They will be glad to see the back of the danger man Simon Sesazi, who's cruised to 85 or 53 balls. Straight delivery there from Tatawone, attacking in the stumps. Traps Simon Sesazi. Easy decision there for the umpire.
It's the movement into the left-hander there. Simon Sesazi will be feeling disappointed, but a very impressive knock comes to an end. New man in is the skipper, Riazat Ali Shah. As Simon Sesazi gets an applause by the teammates and the entire dugout. He's set the stage, he's been there from ball number 1. Couple of quick fire performances will be coming in.
Yes, I think Simon Sesazi started proceedings off pretty well. Started a bit slow. Had a look in those first 2 overs. Then later on, obviously, switched gears, managing to get 85 runs in not a long time. You feel that Uganda find themselves in such an ideal position. With bat in hand, they should be looking to get anything around that 220 mark.
Quality batting it has been for the men in yellow. Back foot punch there. No run taken. Excellent. Skipper to skipper.
Well recovered, you'd say, from Tatayone. Conceded 9 runs in his first 3 balls. But he's followed that up by picking up the prized wicket of Simon Sesazi and then another dot ball. He would want to get out this over without any more damage. If he can just look to close out this particular over.
With an offer, the fielder does really well there at gully.
And with that dot ball brings an end to the 15th. Uganda 146 for 2.
We'll be waiting to see what sort of approach does the skipper have as he's just walked in to join Shrideep.
With just 30 balls to go, I think the approach will obviously be to go very, very hard. It's time to put their foot on the table, on the pedal. Remember the advent of T20 cricket, there was always that belief that one of the batters should bat till the end. But we've seen the game evolve that to a point that with 30 balls to go, more often than not, teams will be wanting to score from both ends. Both batters scoring at least at 150 strike rate. So you reckon Shrideep Mangela has probably had a long enough look. He'll have to go.
Katlopai coming in from the pavilion end. Plays it around the corner. Oh, and a teaser of a boundary there. The chase was on. But the ball wins the race to the boundary ropes for 4. Starts off his 3rd over with a boundary.
Slight shot delivery. Cheeky there from Mangela. Gets enough wood to it. Runs into that vacant fine leg region for 4 runs. Tatawan only comes second in that race. But the matchup is in the favor of the batter. Left-arm orthodox spinner bowling to the arc of the left-hand batsman. You reckon Mangela will be looking to hit him down the ground or deep mid-wicket?
Hits that one past the bowler. Got a hand to it. Will just restrict it from going down the ground too much.
With that single brings Zatalisha on strike. Very, very strong. He is down the ground. Picks up line and length very quickly as well.
Yet to get off the mark here is the captain. Drives that one, and with that he'll put a record as a single. Starts off there with a good looking drive, but very few deliveries left. So with 8 wickets remaining in hand, Team Uganda will definitely go hard. Takes a shimmy, smashes that down the ground, and a boundary it will be. Races away in no time for 4.
Looking at that replay, takes a little shimmy as you rightly stated and hits it to the safest place on the cricket ground.
Once again, takes a few steps at the delivery. Running hard and come back for a double.
Intelligent batting here from Mangela. Obviously recognizes that Botswana are on the back foot, so all their fielders have set foot on the boundary. They're not trying to run in too quickly. And they manage to scamper through for 2 runs. But you'll know the matchup is in his favor. If he can pick up another boundary in this over, he'll have done extremely well.
Hits that one hard. The man is giving it a chase, but the ball will go over the boundary ropes for 4. 3rd boundary of the over to end the 16th over. It's 162 for the loss of 2.
Slightly short delivery from Kadlopate, asking to be hit, and hit it was. 4 runs, and the 16th over goes for 16 runs. Momentum shift back to Uganda. Uganda will be hoping that they can continue in that kind of formula. If the 16th can go for 16, the 17th goes for 17, and they continue in that cycle so that they can get the big finish they're looking for on the other end. Botswana will know that for them to peg Uganda back, they must pick some wickets.
Yeah, big over there. Not picking up a maximum in there, but got 3 boundaries. Michael comes in once again. Oh, shot. And that's another 4. Same area. Different player, different end. Same results.
Pause it a bit too straight, drifting down the leg side. Easy pickings there for Talisha. Only clips it off his hip. Beautiful way to start off the over with 4 runs. Again, potentially to be another 10-run over. with 5 deliveries to go.
Definitely looking for that 200. Once again smashes it. And straight as an arrow. Targeting down the ground is Mangela. I beg your pardon, Riyazad there.
Full toss. Couldn't have gotten any easier for Riyazat Elisha. Emmanuel is looking to accelerate, propel this inning into that 200 mark we haven't yet seen so far in the tournament. Michael Badenhouse will need to get his radar right. He started off by bowling one down the leg side, was clipped for 4 runs. Follows that up with a juicy full toss. Riyazat Elisha will know after that, picking up 8 runs so far in 2 balls. He will be looking to make this an probably 15 run over minimum.
Yeah, spent 4 days in this tournament by the sides, watching along. Started off bowling yesterday. Hard hit and a flat. We'll wait for the confirmation there. It's gone over the ropes. And a boundary it will be. There is the confirmation. Hat-trick of boundaries here.
Dances down the wicket, gives himself just enough room. Pretty full delivery. Hit right over that field that covers. Ladies and gentlemen, we could be in for a special here. Riyazat Elisha is cruising. 13 of 6 deliveries.
Once again. And that will go for 4. 4 in 4. The captain is turning it on here. Gets enough bat behind that. 24 coming off the first 4 deliveries here.
Familiar sights here yet again. Botswana have been guilty of conceding too many runs at the back end of the inning. In one game in the tournament, they conceded 130 runs against Nigeria off 10 overs. They're in a little bit of a big spot of bother. Riyazat Elisha, 4 boundaries in a row. Work to do for Michael Badenhouse.
And that will be a maximum. He's gone over the top. Gets full value. But has gone over. That is the biggest of the lot. It's crossed everything. 4, 4, 4. And 6 coming right after. Massive over this.
Very full delivery. Riyazat Elisha throws everything at it. And he muscles it into the road down there. The neighborhood needs to be put on alert. Riyazat Elisha is turning the screws on here. As I did state, we could be in for something special. Riyazat is on 23 of 8. Biggest over so far.
Powerful shot that. I believe that's the biggest maximum I've witnessed here at Gahanga.
Looking at the highlights. Started off that over with 4 runs down there to square leg. Followed it up with a full toss. That was walked down to the ground, 4 runs. Hit that over cover. Got a thick outside edge. Managed to pierce that gap at earth. Shot that man. Then cleared his foot. Very full delivery. Was walked into the neighborhood down there. The youngsters watching may need to quickly get their notebooks out and pens. There could be a masterclass here on how to bat at the death that Riyazat Elisha is issuing.
Definitely the happier of the 2 captains at the toss. Despite losing the toss, he was happy to be sent in to bat first. Eyeing that 200 and crossing it as well. Final delivery coming in. Just 2.5 overs. Michael has bowled and he's put on 40 runs.
With 19 deliveries to end this inning. Based on how Uganda are cruising, they'll be looking to get at least another 50 runs. And there's no better person for Uganda to be out there than Riyazat Elisha. He's already scored 22 runs in this over.
Might be eyeing for another biggie. How does he end this over here? Square of the wicket.
Very well bowled there from Michael Badenhouse. Recovers to draw his length back, and with that single, brings an end to the 17th. Uganda 185 for 2.
Last 3 overs remaining. Team Uganda on 185 for the loss of just 2 wickets. With 8 wickets remaining in hand. The skipper has arrived with all guns blazing. He's on 24 of 9 deliveries only.
Dangerous times these are. Botswana have conceded 39 in the last 2 overs. And there is a bowling change. For the first time in the tournament, we will see Castleman with ball in hand. He's been exceptional with bat in hand. And not the easiest time to get your first opportunity to bowl. He will be bowling against the Ugandan captain, who is cruising on 24 of 9. But good to see him there. Warm up. Some leg breaks.
Will the gamble work out here? Bringing in a Newman. Here we go. Ball number 1 for Monroe. Half tracker. Oh, doesn't carry to the fielder at long on. Had all the time. Started off with a long hop.
Half tracker nearly found the dismissal, but unable to go to hand there at Pereira, who was fielding a deep mid wicket. With that single, brings Sridip on strike. I think Sridip will also be looking to fancy his chances against this part-timer, who is bowling leg spin, which should be easier for him to get away.
Yeah, got away with that first delivery. Had all the time to put it wherever he wanted. Bowls and catch has been dropped in the dip there.
Karabo Montlanka is loving right there. The plan nearly worked. Another half tracker, this time the googly. Mangala manages to muscle it straight into the hands, in and out. Got his eye off that one.
Missing out on that opportunity there. Monroe would have picked his first. Loopy flighted delivery. Does it beat the fielder there? The effort has been put in. Excellent. Puts his body on the line there. And they pick up 2 runs comfortably.
Interesting for me to see from Castleman, the 3 deliveries he has bowled. He has been able to show the world that he can bowl the conventional leg spinner. He has also shown us that he can bowl the googly. And clearly his final delivery is a flipper, so he's enjoying himself.
He's got all the tricks in his bag, Castleman.
Another googly there from Castleman. Reza Talisha unable to pick it.
You might be wondering, where has he been all this time if he could be bowling such deliveries with all the options on offer? Oh, watchfully played there by Sridip Mangala. 190 is up for Team Uganda. Final delivery of this over by Monroe. He's bowled excellently so far. Takes a shimmy. Got a whole lot of it. And that will go the distance. Over the boundary ropes for a maximum. Sridip Mangala strikes it beautifully.
With that maximum, brings an end to the 18th. Uganda are 196 for 2. Takes a little shimmy down the wicket. Goes on one knee. Goes for the big slog sweep. Gets the connection over that. Goes onto the bank. But I've liked the character on display by Castleman. Never was phased when he was given the opportunity to bowl.
All the bowlers have been sent to the fences. It's 196 for the loss of 2. 18 overs done here. as we get Tatayone coming in for his final over of his spell. He's given away 27 runs, picked up 1 wicket. Facing is Riyazat Ali Shah. In the air. Oh, and it goes over. Plenty of air on it. And it goes away for 4. Confirmation. Oh no, it's been a correction there by the on-field umpire. Henry Habib signals it for a 6. So much of elevation behind that one.
And with that maximum, Uganda crosses that 200 mark. It's been elusive in the tournament. The worry for Tatayone and Botswana will be he's considered a 6 off the first ball in the over. 11 balls to go end this inning.
Once again goes in the air, catches the call. The chase is on. And it nearly goes onto the boundary ropes. Excellent effort there by Castleman.
Good slower delivery there from Tatayone. You would say he actually deceived Riyazat Ali Shah. Riyazat did not pick it up. Very fortunate, Rizu, that did not go to hand. I think the challenge right now is going to be on what length to bowl. We've seen that anything that has been bowled too full has been in the hitting arc of the batters. You'd want to see the bowlers draw their length back. But there is a change in the field. Deep square leg comes in and third man goes back to the boundary.
Exactly the sort of aggression you'd expect at the back end of the innings like this. Goes hard, goes high. Has it gone the distance? Catches the call. And the catch has been taken. And that will be the end of Riyazat Ali Shah's shot cameo there. Something to celebrate for the Botswana side as Tatayone picks his man.
Looking at that replay there, the length yet again coming in. Riyazat Ali Shah didn't fully get hold of that one. Teasing chance down there, but very well taken by Kumo Bemalo. They will be glad to see the back of the Ugandan captain Riyazat Ali Shah. It's gone for a quick fire 34 off just about 14 balls. Walks out to an applause from his dugout.
Yeah, powerful cameo. Taking his side over 200. 204 to be precise for the loss of 3 wickets. We're into the 19th over. Very animated over this has been so far. Started off with a maximum. Then a double. And then the big wicket of the skipper. Who was really flying high.
And with the dismissal, in walks Dinesh Kumar Nakrani. Obviously built a reputation around associate cricket as a big hitter. With just 9 deliveries to go, he will probably only be thinking about one thing. He's going to be hitting towards the shorter end of the field.
Drops it and takes off with a single there.
Very well bowled yet again from Tatayone. He's literally answered his captain's call. Not only that he's not conceded too many runs, but he's picked up that prized wicket of Riyazat Ali Shah with 2 deliveries to end his quarter. He'll look to try and close it out, not to concede too many.
We'll also have to see if Shredip Mangela gets to his 50 in this particular over, or does he have to wait? Goes high and handsome and goes the distance, and that will be 50 up in style. Gets a 50 off 28 deliveries. Shredip Mangela, and there is the celebration.
Another beautiful celebration there. The tournament has continued to light it up. The replay there, slightly full delivery, slower delivery. Right in that hitting arc of Shredip Mangela. Continues to hit towards that shorter end of the boundary. But against whatever boundary in the world, that would have sailed through for a maximum.
Oh, he hit that. He hit that very, very clean on that occasion. The elevation, the flow of the bat, so easy. Walks it around. They're running hard. Coming back for a double. Chance of a run out. Oh, got away with that. Not a good throw. Would have seen the back of Shrideep on that occasion.
And with that single brings an end to the 19th. Uganda are cruising at 212 for 3. With just 6 deliveries to go at the end of this inning, you'll be thinking Uganda would want to make this at least a 20 run over to finish with momentum. And they do have a man out there who is on 50. Started off a bit slowly, at one time was at a 16 run a ball knock, but has managed to switch gears perfectly. Finds himself at 51 of 29. It won't matter the size of the boundaries. I assure you that he will be going for it.
Boemo comes in to end the innings. Has gone high. Has it gone the distance? Yes, he has. Into the dugout there with a maximum. Starts off with a big 6 down the ground. Just in the arc. And he has been sent over.
Great exhibition of power hitting. Right in the slot there. Full delivery. Sridip Mangela takes a liking this medium pace. Starts off the final over with the maximum. Potentially could be a 15 or 20 run over.
Hits it so nicely, so clean, so crisp.
You think perhaps that's why Dinesh Nekrani did not push so hard on the over ball to allow Mangela to take strike.
Slower one this time. It's been hit through covers. Will be just a single there. Yeah, Dinesh Kumar, yes, he is a big hitter. He can hit the ball as well. But someone into the 50s has been watching the ball quite well. He's spent some time out in the middle. More likely to connect the ball than the new man in.
4 very big deliveries here to come. Uganda on 219 for 3.
Gets an inside edge there as they pick up a single. And Uganda have officially crossed the biggest score against Team Botswana. Their former biggest total being 187.
But very well ball yet again from Bama Kumalo. Right in that block hole. It's not allowing the batters to get right under it. It's considered just 8. He'll be very happy with his work at this point. But his work at this point will count for nothing if he's not able to close out this over.
Opens the face this time. And that will race away for 4. Walks it on the square side of the wicket. Opening the face. Excellently done there by Shrideep.
Little shimmy, ball outside of stump. Too much width on that one. Allowed Shrideep to simply look to make full use of that vacant deep point region. 4 runs to that total. And there is a field change. Deep square leg comes into the ring. And third man is sent down to patrol that area.
What's really impressive is the way he adjusted to the length and line on offer and taking it to the fences there. A no ball there. He's been hit down the ground. And that will allow Dinesh Kumar Nakrani to face the free hit.
Important single there for Uganda. Not what the doctor might have ordered for Botswana. As that is a no ball, suicidal at this particular point. The replay there. That's adjudged obviously. No ball, the footfall, no ball. Bama Kumalo guilty of overstepping. Dinesh Nakrani gets an opportunity of facing a free hit.
Full ball there to end. Just rotates the strike there. Got a bottom edge to that one. Didn't get the connection he was hoping for. Deceived by the slow pace. The change of pace there by Boemo.
Full credit to Boma Kamalo. went for the block hole, took all the pace off, and Dinesh Nakrani was not able to get connection. He's recovered really well, you would say.
Final delivery of the innings. Buemo charges in. It's Sridip Mangela. Hits that one through covers. Trying to run hard, come back for a double. They will come back for a double. Ending the innings with 229 in 20 overs for the loss of 3 wickets is Team Uganda. Sridip Mangela on 65 off, just 34 deliveries. What a knock he's had. And Dinesh Kumar Nakrani ends at 3 for 3. But what a cameo we've had by the skipper coming in. A quick fire 34.
Obviously following up on that big knock from Simon Sessas at the top of the innings. Got 85 in a good time. Uganda managing to score 229 for 3. Karabo may be probably thinking he could have opted to bat instead of bowl. But Uganda have made fine work putting together the perfect blueprint of a batting exhibition to get 229, losing just 3 wickets. It is applauses there in the dugout. They know that with this total they should be able to comfortably defend.
Yeah, the entire unit.
Looking at the bodyguard for Uganda, heavy runs at the top of the inning there. Simon Sasa has got 85 of 53. Fred Achalam, the new opening batter, got 25 of 17. Sridip got 65, not out of 34. Riaz Atalisha played a cameo, 36 of 15. Dinesh Nakrani ran a ball 3. Uganda managing to amass 229 for 3 in their allotted 20 overs. 15 extras there bowled by Botswana. Not much to write home about from that bowling card. However, for Tatayone, Twelson managed to pick up 2 wickets for 43 in his 4 overs. The other person who picked up a wicket was Michael Badenhouse, man of match from yesterday, 1 for 41 in his 3. Besides that, not much to write home about. Pomoko Gumalo went for 39 in 4. Mokesi 28 in 3. A lot to ponder for the Botswana bowlers. Karabo bowled that solitary over and went for 18. The highlights of this inning, Fred Achalam took a liking early on to Mula, muscled that down the ground for 4 runs. He quickly followed it up with the maximum. Simon Sasazi got his innings going with that boundary, squeaky boundary, but then found his feet, found his form there. He did hit that one over mid-on, 4 runs. Tatayone bowled a short delivery that was muscled down by Simon Sasazi. Another short delivery from Pereira, yet again hit down to deep square leg for maximum. Fred Achalam took a liking to that medium pace of Tatayone, hit that on over covers for 6. There was a leg by there, scrambled down the leg for 4 runs. Fred Achalam hit a beautiful shot that was very well completed with that catch. Good intelligence from Katlo Pate. Short delivery yet again. Simon Sasazi pounced on any of those bad bowlings. Full toss, hit down to mid-wicket for 4 runs. It was an exhibition of hitting. Sridip came and nudged a little bit at the start of his inning. Squeaky single, you would say. Played some deft touches, Simon Sasazi, not just power. Played that beautiful reverse sweep. Got a maximum. Karabo bowled that solitary over, and boy oh boy did he go the distance. He conceded 18 in that over. Pamokumalo bowled some decent lines, conceded easy 4 runs there. Simon Sasazi, good intelligence there, picking the gap. It was an exhibition of power hitting from Simon. He managed to clear that yet again from Mula for 6. Tatayone, that was hit down the ground. Tatayone picked that wicket of Simon Sasazi later on, but he saw Simon Sasazi hit that to that extra cover. That was the wicket. He was caught in front, plumped. Simon, this is Mangala. Played some intelligent cricket. Came down the wicket when the need arose. Picking up boundaries with ease. Short deliveries as well. He was able to pierce those gaps. Played with some intelligence. There it was, the captain of Uganda, Riaz Atalisha, got a big over of 23 runs. Bowled by Michael Badenhouse. He was hit down the ground. Hit over covers. There it was. There was a squeaky boundary there. Yet again, went to third man. Riaz Atalisha followed it up with a maximum that went straight over long off. Beautiful exhibition of hitting. Went into the neighborhood there. That solitary over from Carlson created a chance, but then was completed with the boundary of Mangela. Tatayone managed to pick that prize wicket of Riaz Atalisha, caught a deep mid-wicket. The onslaught continued. Mangela hit that maximum down to long on. But it was an exhibition of proper power hitting, allowing Uganda to get to that 229 mark. Mangela was very intelligent, played wherever the fielders were not placed. And that highlight package will tell you that Uganda muscled their way to 229, losing just 3 wickets. Do join us in a few minutes for the innings changeover.
Oh, it's a warm welcome to this ILT20 Continental Cup powered by Fancode out here in Kigali, Rwanda. If you're just joining us, where have you been? You've missed out on an exciting innings of Ugandan cricketing power. Simon Sasazi A magnificent 85 from 53 that he gave us with brilliance of also. Fred Echelam pushed up the order, scoring 25 from 17. Shindip Mangela will appreciate the time that he was given out there, scoring 65 from 34. Then a blistering 36 from the skipper, Riyazat Ali Shah, from only 15 deliveries. Botswana, almost everyone was given a go with the ball, where you can totally see that they were looking for answers in each and every way, but only 2 bowlers were able to find what they need in terms of wickets. 3 they only managed to pick up in total. Tatiana Tose took 2 for 43. Meanwhile, Michael Badenhorst only came in with 1, and now they will have to face almost a similarly uphill task when they have to chase, and not just one mountain they need to climb. They need to climb 1,000 mountains in a land of 1,000 hills. 230 is what they will be searching for, because 229 is what Uganda was able to put up. My name is Tawanda Eli, proudly in the commentary box, honored to be here, but I'm not alone. Bob Zonga Bashir is with me here, and we're here to take you the first 6 overs of what will be an epic run chase by Botswana versus Uganda on match day number 6, match number 11.
Thank you, Eli. On your screens there is that man, the captain, playing his 50th international T20 game for his side, Karabo Montlanka, alongside that young man, Munlo Kassoman, being brought back into their side, of course, after missing out in yesterday's game. They'll have pace owner these 2 openers of Team Botswana. Interestingly, there's a new bowler opening from the pavilion end. Raghav the one for the first time in this tournament.
Has been given an opportunity to try something different here, and that's what Riyazat Ali Shah is doing. Changed up the batting order, 4 changes to the side. Fred Echelam opened the batting, and he showed that he can face the music. This time Raghav Dhawan, medium pacer, given an opportunity to open the bowling from the pavilion end. Just shaking off some rust. You would say he starts off with an extra.
Looking to go full, straying down the leg side, starting off his tournament with the ball, with an extra.
Uganda, they have been ruthless given the opportunity. They have been absolutely spot on everything. They look like the side that they are, ranked number 22 in the world. Pulled away. Castleman given a half tracker and says thank you very much. It'll be a loosener to boost his confidence. It'll get things underway for Botswana as they find runs off the bat for the first time in the game.
Very aggressive again, with no surprise from that man, Kassaman. Shot ball pulled away on the back footer, with only 2 fielders outside the ring, allowing him to get the fast boundary. Gets off the mark in style. One of the batsmen, of course, who loves using the power play. He loves pace owner. Very aggressive player he is the young Kassaman. Up, quarter is the call, and the catch is taken. Boundary and the wicket, straight up. Raghav Dhawan draws fast blood. Picking up Pasco Murunji at mid-off is the young Kassaman, who has to take the long way back into the dugout.
Bit of shape there. Coming off the outside edge rather, to find Pascal Murungi, well positioned in mid-off. Castleman comes and Castleman has to go. Goes for 4 from 2. Botswana, they lose their first.
That man Kassaman, a big wicket you would say for Team Uganda here, getting rid of him in just the first over. Falling for a shot that has given him a lot of runs in this tournament. As we all know, you live by the sword, you die by that sword. As we see Vino, yesterday who opened the batting, he comes down to number 3, joining his captain Karabo Montlanka.
Vinu Balakrishnan walks to the middle pretty early than he expected. Yeah, man, who possesses a lot of talent. I would love him to show up in this tournament. And I don't think there's a better opportunity than for him to show his ability to bat here. showed us a bit of it in Nigeria in the qualifier C. He scored 100 on the first game. Can you repeat that today?
And again, right on the money from Raghav Dhawan, trying to get that outswing in play. He's not trying to bowl that quick. He's trying to get that swing. He has a slip in play, of course, for that outside edge. Big moment for that man, Vinu. Would love him, of course, to contribute into the pads. Flicked away, flicked finer. No need to run for those ones as he gets off the mark with a boundary. Bowling it into the pads is Raghav Dhawan and gets the treatment he deserved.
Straying leg side. And well clipped off the pads. It's a vacant region. You don't need to run. Off the mark is Vinu here. 2 boundaries have been given away by Raghav Dhawan, and he's opening over. Top edge flies away. Even third man can't stop that one. Flashing hard at that one was Vinu Balakrishna. Fortunate enough that the speed of the delivery with the power from the edge went all the way for 4.
Slightly with on off on that occasion. His eyes lit up, trying to play it over the fielder at mid-off. But he could only get that top edge, allowing it to run all the way to the boundary. He doesn't mind. Is that man, Vinu, who moves to 8 of 3. Last ball coming from his first over is Raghav Dhawan. Already 13 for 1. A little bit quicker on that occasion. Plays it superbly on the back foot straight to Pascal Murungi at mid-off. And that should be the end of the first over. It is 13 for 1, Team Botswana.
An opportunity to try out new things. That's exactly what's being done by Uganda here. Their captain, for the first time, he will give himself a go in this tournament. He will give himself a go to open the bowling from the airport end. It's paid dividends. He gave Rawan the new ball from the pavilion end, picked up a wicket, 1 for 13. Worked away leg side. Karabo Mutlanka opens his account. Well, what can you do? You have a reasonable amount of wins under your belt. 229 runs on the board. You can do anything.
Lovely to see, of course, as I just mentioned, Riyazat Alisha trying out his part-timers, including himself, of course. Don't be surprised seeing that man, Pascal Murungi, given a cherry in the chase. Cut away this time round, straight to the fielder at point. A little wide on that occasion from the captain, Riyazat Alisha. Of course, knowing you have that total, the target of 230, why not try out a couple of things? Resting, of course, your 2 opening bowlers, Cosmas Chauta and Juma Miyaji, are taking a rest.
Pulled away. Too short. Not the tallest man at mid-wicket. A run away for 4. And that would have cleared the eyes of anyone. Good swivel by Vinu Balakrishna.
Shot ball on that occasion. A very good pull shot. Up and over. The chase was on from that man. Frank Suboga, who had to cover a lot of ground, allowing it to go all the way to the boundary. Not trying to injure himself for that dive.
Do you need to dive when you have 229 runs on the board?
Every single run matters in this game. Plays it on the back foot straight to the fielder at covers.
Doesn't want to give the laundromat some work to do. Those pants look too good to have any brown marks on them or green.
I tell you, Eli, either way, tomorrow it is a rest day for these teams.
Up in the air, it'll clear mid-on, and it'll even clear the boundary. It's a magnificent strike from Vinu Balakrishna. Might have seemed as if he's falling over. And also with hitting it into the wind, it seemed as if it might just hold, but it have enough power to go over the boundary with ease into the banana plantation.
A very good shot indeed for that man Vinu, who moved to 18 off 8. He looks to be in fine touch. He's missed out on a couple of occasions. Can this be the moment for that man? He has scored, of course, a century on this particular ground. Came out with a positive intent.
Vinu on 18 from 8. Skipper giving himself an opportunity to bowl here. And he's been expensive. 11 off him in the second over. 24 for 1 with the delivery to go in the second. Just slightly make Botswana feel a little bit better. The search party still looking for that one. Umpires had to get another cherry, because that one from the bat of Vinu Balakrishnan disappears. Let's have a look at that again. Just clapping it on the up there and all the way into the thick bush there. It's a Monday. Our young fellas that normally operate in that region maybe will come back in the afternoon when they come for training. They'll go on a search for it.
Not only a search of one ball in the first innings, we got like 5 lost balls, courtesy of the batting power of the Ugandans. Guides it to third man is Vinu Balakrishna. A 6 and a single to close off the second over. The captain starting off with 12 runs in his first over. 25 for 1 after 2, moving at 12 and over is Team Botswana. It's Raghav to continue from the pavilion end. Expensive in his first by Metro. He got rid of the young Castleman, going for 13 runs in his first over. In the air, once again, up and over the fielder at covers. The chase is on as these two are running beautiful between the wickets. They all set up for 2 runs.
The strategy from Vinu Balakrishna seems just to try and get enough power on it to get over the 30-yard circle. He knows only 2 fielders are allowed outside that, and already there's a deep mid wicket and third man, so anything in front of him, and gives him the opportunity to go hard at it, and he knows that he will definitely get a few, if not more, from the power that he possesses.
Up and over again. Straight to the fielder in the deep, a third man who carries off to only 1 run is Dinesh Nakrani.
Just one from there. I'd also love Botswana to also just utilize this opportunity that they're getting. They're not facing premium pace, so they need to fully utilize that opportunity that it's not Cosmos Chota or Juma Miyagi bowling at them, and it'll give them the opportunity to score big within the power play. Just gives Uganda something to think about in their decision to use part-timers early up.
And to add on that, knowing that Vinu and Karabo, they're not the best of playing spinner, with, of course, Asenyondo with 14 scalps in this particular tournament, the ILT20 Continental Cup powered by Fancode, alongside Alpesh Ramjani, up there with 8 wickets. You'd feel that they would love to utilize these opportunities in the power play and get enough runs on board. Catch is the call. Dropping short at that man from deep extra cover.
Yeah, trying to use his feet there, Karabo Mutlanka, to get to the pitch of that one. Looking to be aggressive, trying to utilize his experience and also the freedom of knowing that if I hit it straight, it'll be the shortest boundary to try and clear.
And now, of course, the breeze is catching up here at Gahanga International Cricket Ground. Of course, they would love playing the bowlers coming from the pavilion end, allowing them to play against the wind. Calls for a big pull shot, doesn't get enough timing on that occasion. It's Vin who is on 22 off 12. Having a go at the part-timers of Team Uganda. Karabo Mtlaka on the other side, he's been kept quiet after, of course, facing only 2 deliveries in just 2.4 overs. A tidy over from Ragav Dhawan, setting his field, sending now Pascal Murungi down to long off and bringing in that fielder inside the ring from deep square leg. Trying to go this time round outside off stump. Full and straight for Vinu. There you go, up and over that fielder, the captain, into the vacant region for yet another boundary from the blade of Vinu.
Good strike. Very well struck by Vinu Balakrishnan. Moves into the latter 20s. In the zone, in the arc. He knows that mid-wicket is inside the circle. Just one bounce and over the fence for 4. This is good striking from Vinu. He's faced much of the strike, but he's made good use of that. Yep. That's what happens when you've been sent to the boundary. The next one, you try to run away from the arc there. You don't want to go for plenty.
I'm loving the way Vinu is using his wrists. Everything that is being balled into his pads, he's made sure he's put that away to the boundary ropes. Last ball from his second over is Raghav. Another beautiful shot into the same vacant region for Vinu. Getting 2 boundaries into that region to close off over number 3. It is 38 for 1. Vinu who moves to 30 of 14. What a cameo he is playing.
Too short. Back-to-back boundaries by Vinu. He is loving this medium pace attack. Putting them under the pump. And show them that yes, there might be 28 places in between us in terms of ranking. But that, on any day, I will send it to the fence. 3 overs done. It will be 38 for 1 to Botswana.
And with no surprise, the captain says he's had enough with his part-time bowling. Going to Frank Subuga. Right arm off break. Not trying, of course, to spoil his figures in international cricket is Riyazat Alisha. Giving a chance to that man. Shot number 14, Frank Subuga. Bowling it to the left-hander. The first time they played the first game of this IL International T20 Continental Cup. He picked up that wicket of Karabo Motlaka. Trying to play him across the line, ending up knocking him over is Frank Subuga. And I'll tell you a funny fact here. When that man, Karabo Motlaka, made his debut, is that man, Frank Subuga, who knocked him over for only 4 runs on debut.
Opportunity for 2. And they run well. Danish Nakrani cleans up. Man with a good throw. Turning to spin. Turning to the name Frank Subuga. Man who is ranking number 3 in the leading wicket takers of the tournament. A team that already possesses 4 bowlers on that chart. Henry Senyondo tops it. Alpesh Ramjani second, third. The man bowling right now, Frank Subuga. Number 4, Danish Kumar Nakrani. Shot. He'll find a single.
And those 4 men you just spoke about, they have picked up 38 wickets so far in this tournament. That shows you how good they've been with the spin is Team Uganda.
3 of those have 8 wickets to their name each. And then 1, almost double, he has 14 just by himself.
Courtesy, of course, of that fifer yesterday. Running through the yellow greens. Henry Senyondo. Picking up, of course, being the first Ugandan to pick up 100 wickets. Picking the second fifer of the tournament. The first one, of course, was picked by Alpesh Ramjani against the yellow greens. It also shows you how the yellow greens have been struggling playing those left arm spinners. Not reading them, allowing them to pass through their gates. Henry Senyondo, yesterday's fifer, he had 4 being bowled and 1 being LB. It shows you how this wicket is playing. And that should be the end of the first over of Frank Subuga, going for only 4 runs. 42 for 1 after 4. And with no surprise, there's a change in the bowling as we see Alpesh Ramjani, left arm orthodox, coming in from the pavilion end. Knocks him over straight away. Off stump, out of the ground from that man, Alpesh Ramjani, starting off with a wicket at the big one of Vinu Balakrishna. He has to depart for his little cameo of 31 off 16.
Not something new that is done with the first delivery. Turning away from him, looking to play across the line. Really got to grip and turn, as you see him indicating to his partner there that one did a number on me. Venu Balakrishna, he has to depart. A well-made 31 of 16, he has to go. Botswana, they lose their first wicket. Or their second, rather. It'll be 42 for the loss of 2. Now to see Tarindu Pereira strolling onto the park there. Alpesh Ramjani strikes up with the first delivery.
Very good feel for him. He's made his part with the bat, trying to get them off a flying start. But of course, he had to depart. Make that 9 wickets for Alpesh Ramjani. 39 in total for the spinners of the men in yellow and red. Outstanding. It's that man, of course, yesterday who put on the show with the blade, making sure they get to their second victory. Hitting, of course, that man, left arm orthodox from Team Rwanda, Mohamed Nadil, out of the park twice. He's up against another left arm orthodox, Alpesh Ramjani, starting off with a wicket. Second ball, here we go. Downtown this time round, up and over. What a way to get off the mark from Tarindu Pereira.
Well, Tarindu Pereira definitely knows the work at end here. He says, I'm not going to have a look around. I've seen it already from where I was sitting. First ball up in the arc. Sends it all the way. Straight for 6. Ooh. Almost. Playing it very, very late. Almost going through that gap between bat and pad. Just the faintest of inside edges onto the pad and he's safe. Sometimes those inside edges can save your wicket. Better. Better use of the feet. Full face of the bat. Right on top of the delivery.
Lovely again to see Alpesh Ramjani giving it some flight to get that patches out of the wicket. Goes on the back foot. Not enough timing, but that fumble from the fielder at point, Franco Subuga, allowing them to scamper for 2 runs.
The clap will be for the 50. And that comes up for Botswana. They reached that half-century mark as a team. They need 180 more runs in 91 deliveries.
I would feel again, Team Botswana is a team that have been doing superbly in the power play. Most of the time they're getting to that 50 in every single game they play. They would love, of course, to capitalize on the scoring rate. Of course, they've lost 2 wickets already in Vino and Castleman. 51 for 2 after 5. Frank Subuga shot number 14 to continue from the airport end. The last over of the power play. How many more can they add on the total is Team Botswana. That man, Tarindu Pereira, who is on 9 of 5. And the captain is being kept quiet. Not facing a lot of deliveries. Frank Subuga, you'd feel he would love to bowl to the left-hander.
Oh, yes, it is. As for Tarindu Pereira, gets a boundary off the first delivery of Frank Subuga. Really looking to be aggressive here.
Full on that occasion from Frank Subuga. Lovely shape there. Up and over that fielder, Pascal Murunji at mid-on. Allowing it to go all the way to the boundary. I love the way Tarindu Pereira plays out spinners straight at the shortest, of course, parts of the boundary. 65 meters. Goes on the back foot a little bit quicker from Franco Subuga. Bring out, of course, the experience he possesses.
Great response from the senior statesman. And sent for a boundary early on. He knows that he needs to keep it tight. A quicker delivery on that occasion. But also well played from Tarindu. Too short. But not really getting from the mitt of the bat.
Very good rotation of strike. They move to 56.
This is the matchup. Karabo Mutlanka versus Frank Subuga. Frank has had Karabo's number for a bit of time. We did that in the first game these guys played against each other.
I would love now to see the focus from the captain. He's been kept out of action for quite some time. Plays it again on the back foot. Frank Subuga would put in a smile and knowing that he has one that skids through and very quick.
This is one of the many things that, you know, will be key here for Botswana. How Karabo Motlanga plays spin. He's an essential part of their batting lineup. A lot of people would love to see him bat longer. End of the 6th over. It's 56 for 2 after the first power play. One that has been full of action. As we take a look at the highlights, Castleman got off to a blind of a start, but that was only efforts he could make with the bat. Because after hitting that one, the next delivery tried to go over mid-off, was caught. Then Vilbara Krishna got things going with a magnificent cameo. He flashed hard at them, pounced on anything that was too short, and sent it to different parts of the ground. Lost a couple of deliveries into the thick forest, courtesy of some medium pace bowling that he took to the cleaners. And before he was bowled out by Alpesh Ramjani. And then Terindo Pereira opened his account with a big maximum. And he's been there and does that and will continue on the same note at the start of the 7th over. Change in voices and commentary as we make way for Davis Karashani and Zaid Khan.
Dances down the wicket beautifully. Terindo Pereira has taken a liking to basically that kind of style. He's recognized that there's not much time for the spinners. Just needs to get right under that one. Crisp hitting from him. Goes big yet again. Does he have enough? Yes, it does. Clears that straight shot boundary with ease. Back-to-back sixes from Terindo Pereira. His fine form, you would say, has continued with bat in hand. He's cruising at 26 off 10. Another full delivery. Clears that front foot out of the way. Alpesh should want to draw his length back a bit. It's gone for a lot more runs than he would have liked.
2 out of 2 maximums there. Waits on the third one. Terindo. What a run he's having out here. It's a batter's wicket. This comes on to bat really well. Once again in the air. Fielder getting underneath it. Should be taken. Yes, it is. That won't be dropped, and that will be the end of Terindo Pereira's over. Innings, I beg your pardon there. 26 of 11. Tries to chip it. Doesn't have enough power behind that one.
Very well ball from Alpesh. It draws his length back a bit. Cramps him for room. Pereira unable to get much wood on it. Easy chance down there. Catch completed by a waiting Pascal Murungi at long off.
And a cameo comes to an end. They've got to go hard. That's a high total they're chasing here. Terindo Pereira. New man in.
Pomelo Silas, he was the man of match the other day in that game whereby Botswana beat Nigeria. You would say that he's found a little bit of form in the last 2 games. So Botswana will be hoping he can look to continue that kind of form. He will know that the task at hand is mammoth. They're chasing what would be a record run chase for them at 230.
Flat bats that. Will pick a single. Yeah, it's a mammoth score they're chasing. Required is 12.15. The 69 for 3. As we come to the end of the 7th over here, one more delivery left of Alpesh's over. You'd expect most Botswana batsmen to go hard, because that's the requirement. Karabo Motlanga is having a tough time out there in the run chase, the skipper. 7 overs done here. It's 69 for the loss of 3. Coming in for his third over is Frank Subuga. He's given away 9 runs just in 2 overs. Applying pressure and being a big threat.
Especially with Botswana trying to chase down 230 runs. And you'd say with their net run rate right now being a touch under 10, you clearly tell that Frank Subuga has put the brakes onto this Botswana ranches. Conceding just 9 of those 2.1. Bowling it again very straight. Frank Subuga always looking to attack the stumps.
Doesn't give too much time or room. And rarely do you see him giving width on offer. Starts off with 2 dots. Flatter one. Deep square leg region is in business there as they pick up a single. The captain has to break the shackles here. Karabu Matlanga has got to get going, because it only gets tougher and tougher here. Change of sides as he comes in to bowl to the left-hander. Tries to charge at him, but so quick, darts it in.
Karabo is being pegged back. He's hitting up a couple of dot balls. I don't think he'll mind that too much. He'll know that he has the skill set to switch gears. We did see that's exactly what Simon Sesazi did in the first inning. But it's important for him to keep rotating strike. And with that single brings Pomelo Cyrus on strike. He will face the last delivery of the 8th. Likes to sweep. I'm not sure if that is a good option on this wicket. We've seen Pereira. He got success hitting the ball straight down the ground.
Quarter is the call. And quarter it is. The man in the dip. Simon Sesazi takes a brilliant catch. A running effort there. Gets a hug by his teammate.
There it is, Pomelo Silas looking very disappointed. Went for the sweep shot, just something I just talked about. Got some wood to it, but wasn't able to clear that big boundary. Good work there by Simon Sesazi. Put in the hard yards. Very well taken there to complete the catch. Looking sharp there in the sheds. And Botswana lose their 4th wicket.
Simon Sesazi. Most often you see him with gloves in hand. Even in the outfield. He's got to take the catches. And that one he munched upon. New man in is Valentine Mbazo. Valentine Mbazo hasn't been having the greatest of times out there in the middle. Especially with the requirement of that sort. 230 runs required. The runs are fair, to be honest. It's just the fall of wickets. It's the wickets column that looks a bit risky. Henry Senyondo comes in to start his spell from the pavilion end. The man with the most wickets in this tournament.
Yeah, now the significance of Henry's fiver yesterday meant that in terms of the chart of the leading wicket takers of T20 internationals, he got himself past Shadab Khan from Pakistan, the great Lasith Malinga, Chris Jordan from England, Lamichane of Nepal, Harish Rauf, Bilal Khan, and Henry Senyondo now sits on 110 T20 international wickets. At an economy rate of 5.37, he will be very, very glad that he is amid some legendary names there.
Absolutely. And look at the sort of deliveries he's providing here. Loopy, slowy, but plenty of offer and turn coming off the surface there. Man at slip. Goes hard at it, goes over covers. Will pick just a single there.
Henry Tenyendo sits at 13th on that list. He will be hoping in the tournament he can eventually find himself into the top 10. But he has some work to do in this particular fixture.
Reverse sweeps that. Didn't beat the fielder there. Got 1 run only. It's been a quiet over this, a quiet beginning by Henry.
I would like to quickly see the charts, how many runs Botswana have been able to score after those 3 overs of the media pacers. Riazat Alisha opting to go with his spinners, who have obviously looked to put the brakes on.
Henry Senyondo getting a very good turn and length on offer here.
With 1 delivery to go there. Perfect cricketing conditions here at the Gahanga Cricket Stadium. The sun is out. Slight short delivery, run out opportunity. Butters in between. Bit of confusion, you would say. The connection not connecting there for Karabo and Valentine Mbazo.
Yeah, a yes-no call between the two would have ended horribly, but got away with that one. Have a look at that. And the effort being put in there by Franco. I beg your pardon, the youngster Baguma. Sharp hands. But getting back at it there. As we come to the end of the 9th over. It's 75 for the loss of 4.
Franco Subugal continuing to operate from the airport end. He will be back for his final over in this fixture. He's only gone for 11 runs and picked up 1 wicket. Botswana require another 155 runs of 66 deliveries. It's not going to be an easy task.
Well, definitely coming into the competition here, chasing anything above 200 is going to be a big task ahead. Skids 1 through, straight into the gloves of the keeper there. Frank Subuga just adding immense pressure to the Botswana side. Standing deep within his crease is Valentine Mbaso. Doesn't give away much.
Well, Zaid, you obviously are the local and you will have an idea about the conditions. Many will be hoping that the weather stays clear, as in the afternoon the home team Rwanda will be up against Nigeria, the Yellow Greens. They've lost 3 in a row, but they'll be looking to get their campaign back on track.
Yeah, the home side will be playing this afternoon, and lovely weather it shall be. Clear skies. Might get a bit cloudy, but the cricket gods will be very generous to us and kind in nature. Final delivery for Frank as we reach the halfway mark. Just 1 run coming off this particular over. Oh, excellent delivery. How did that miss the stumps? You can see the double teapot by Frank Subuga. We come to the end of the 10th over. It's 76 for the loss of 4.
And at the halfway stage, Botswana are at 76 for 4. They'll know that they have quite a number of runs to go, and it's not getting any easier. Henry Senyendo will continue to operate from that pavilion end. It's considered just 4 in his first over.
Such attacking lines by Henry. You can see it, the areas he's pitching the ball. It's not easy for the batsman to get aggressive with. At times he gets the turn, at times it stays true. This time in the air, fielder getting underneath it, and another wicket shall go down.
And there it is. Henry Senyondo gives it a little bit of air. Valentine Mbazo, chances his arm, attempts a sweep shot. But his lackluster tournament continues. Scored 3 runs off 10 balls.
Yeah, nothing working out on that. Tries to sweep that, gets the top edge. And easy catch there for Frank Subuga.
Disappointment there, obviously, from Valentine Mbazo. It will be a tournament you'll want to quickly forget, as he's left searching and wondering what more he could have done. He needs to find himself among the runs quickly, especially being a wicket keeper. His team will need him to actually provide some runs with bat in hand.
Continues to do what he does best. Henry Senyondo picking up a wicket here, as half of the side is back into the dugout for Team Botswana. This game might end very soon from the looks of it. New man in. Tatayone. The show say and it's always a difficult task when you get a new man in coming from the dugout to carry on the momentum. First of all, it's a matter of a build-up. And once you get that build-up, maintaining it is what becomes an issue. Oh, excellent delivery
Finds the
there.
outside edge there. Tatayone. Very well ball from Henry Senyondo. Follows it up. Unable to be kept in, and Dinesh Nakrani concedes what looked like an easy boundary down there. Very well ball from Henry. Manages to get some patches off the wicket. Turns one. Finding the outside edge there. Tatayone would be lucky to still be out there if there had been a slip fielder. Half chance gone begging. Oh, Dinesh Nakrani. Not the greatest effort down there. Beats the outside edge yet again, and Riazat Ali Shah reacts this time round. Deploys himself in that slip region.
Last 2 deliveries of the over left here by Henry. Once again putting in a beautiful delivery there. The man at slip, the captain, Riazat Ali Shah, having a quick fire performance out in the middle early on. Plays it down the ground. Will be just a single to end the 11th over here. It's 81 for the loss of 5. Team Botswana.
And there is a bowling change from the airport end, from one off spinner to another. It appears to be obviously from one generation into the next generation. Joseph Baguma is going to operate from the airport end. Good time for him to bowl, especially with Botswana finding themselves with their backs against the wall.
Quality bowler. Goes hard at it and misses it. Baguma, who's been asked to stay back after the emerging invitational tournament, here at Gahanga that he played with the Uganda A side. Picked up plenty of wickets. Such great talent the young man is. Quarter is a call. Down the ground, one bounce. Easy fielding there. Gets it on chest height.
Joseph Baguma is part of that class of the last under-19 lot that went to the World Cup itself. That World Cup was played in the West Indies. He is no passenger in cricket sides. He is the one that will look to contribute with ball in hand, and he will be up against Karabo. Should be a good matchup for Baguma.
Oh, look at the turn. Look at the drift in. Just dragging the batsman towards the ball and beating the outside edge there. What a beauty of a delivery that was. Once again, keeping it in the corridors there. Keeping it in the corridors of uncertainty.
You can tell Karabo seems to have an itch. He'll know that he's eaten up 19 deliveries. And he has scored just 8 runs. He needs to get on with it.
Mind games there by the youngster.
It is smiles all over. Beautiful sights to see. That's what you want to see in modern day sport.
Reverse sweeps that one. Karabo Mutlanka, the captain, is having a tough time out there. And that over remaining with one more delivery in there. 20 balls he's played. He's got 9 runs to his name. The skipper, Karabo.
Width on offer there. Allows Tatayono to walk that down to extra cover. Very well fielded, and with that single brings an end to the 12th. Botswana 84 for 5.
And there we have it. The skyscrapers of Team Uganda. And Team Uganda posting 229 for the loss of 3 there.
That's well tucked behind square on the offside. Tatayone manages to get that to 2 runs. Gets 2 runs there. I don't think Uganda will mind that. They'll know that Botswana need quite a number of runs. The required run rate has already skyrocketed. Botswana need 144 of 47 deliveries. Drop and run. Karabo sends him right back. The spinners bowling in tandem, keeping things very, very quiet here against Botswana. Tempted drop and run yet again. But fantastic weather here at the Gahanga Cricket Stadium in the land of 1,000 hills. The sun is out.
Oh, lovely delivery once again there by Henry Senyondo. He's in for his 3rd over. 3 back-to-back dots. And the Botswana batsmen are finding extreme difficulty facing him.
That's in the air. That's fortunately for Tatayone. That falls in an empty, vacant pocket. But Henry Senyondo gave it a little bit of air to entice Tatayone. Nearly worked. With one delivery to go in this over. Required run rate is a touch just under 20.
Excellent delivery to end the 13th over there. It's going to remain at 88 for the loss of 5. Team Botswana.
Joseph Baguma continues to operate from the airport end. He will take a liking to bowling to Karabo Modlanka, who is found himself stuck on 21 on 9 of 21 balls. Should be a good matchup. He's getting some turn. Slightly wide there, but that allows Karabo to free his arms. Gets that down to extra cover for a single. Botswana require 141 of 40 balls. The equation is clearly very difficult, but it would be good to see Botswana at least bat out their 20 overs. Get to anywhere. Oh, that's very, very well bowled. That did not turn in as Tatawone might have expected. A close look at that might have thought it could have gone the other way.
Baguma there. The length on offer, getting that rise on it. Batsman beaten.
Did that come out of the front of the hand?
From the looks of it, yes it did. A quicker one. Oh, and that will go for a boundary there. Powerfully hit on the square side of the wicket. Tatayone picks up a boundary.
Short delivery there from the youngster. Very well struck there, and Mangela clearly clueless. Didn't expect that to get to him as quickly as it did.
Just gets off the surface there awkwardly. Much better. Excellent delivery this time by Joseph Baguma. Great comeback after that boundary.
Turn and bounce from the youngster. We're starting to see on match day number 6. Spinner starting to get some patches out of the wicket. With one delivery to go to close out the 14th.
Drop and run there. And they pick up a single to end the 14th over. It's going to be 95 for the loss of 5. As we close off the 14th over, there's going to be a change here in the commentary box. As Eli and Bob Bashir take over.
Looking at the worms there, both teams. Uganda's worm never ever dropped at any one time. They were never under 6 runs and over. The Botswana, you would think the worm obviously started off pretty well, scoring at 10 runs and over. They've taken a bit of a dip. The worm has flattened that as the net run rate of the run rate in this particular game has not gone more than 6 runs and over. The difference, Uganda literally looked to step on the gas, and they did change gears, getting to 229 for the loss of 3 in 20 overs.
$95 for 5 after 14 is where Botswana are. 96 courtesy of that extra given away by Henry Senyondo. The leading wicket taker in the tournament should be having 15 by now with that 1 wicket. Quick single taken. Mammoth total. That was put up by Uganda first up. Botswana, they have struggled. They have 5 wickets left, 5 back in the dugout. Oh, good ball. Magnificent. Henry Senyondo showing why he is the leading wicket taker. Short in stature, but I tell you what, he's as cool as a cucumber, but his deliveries are very lethal. Bob, welcome you back into the commentary box. How are you doing, mate?
I'm doing polite as usual. Eli getting some patches out of the wicket from the spinners, of course, at the left arm orthodox for Team Uganda, especially that man, Henry Senyondo. Threatening, of course, that outside edge of Tatayone Toye.
Oh, almost getting there, Tatayone Toye. He's making efforts with the bat. 16 from 19, that is not bad. He's kept in struggling a bit. 12 from 24, largely courtesy of his struggles against spin. Well watched. Well watched. And this is a good toy. Just get a feeling like as if the grains are like a lion or leopard toying with their meat. You let it run away, then you get it back again. Oh yes, beaten everywhere. End of the over. I'll be 97.45 after 15.
And of course, a very good end to that quarter of that man, Henry Senyondo, the leading wicket taker in this ILT20 Continental Cup powered by Fancode. Giving away only 15 runs and picking up a wicket to make it 15 wickets in total.
Joseph Baguma, he will be given the cherry for his third over. He's only gone for 10. Had a couple of opportunities. Oh, that one was so close. Trying to play it late. Karabo Mutlanka really struggling to find his rhythm, but he's still hanging in there. I love this by Uganda giving youngsters an opportunity, especially Joseph Baguma. Oh, risky single taken. Seems like Karabo Mutlanka is just looking for an opportunity to get off strike. Doesn't matter how it's coming, whether it's really off the middle of the bat. He's taking risky singles just to get onto the other side.
For the first time, of course, in the tournament, is the captain striking it just under 50. Shows you how good the spinners have been for the men in yellow and red.
Ooh. When you give youth an opportunity to hang out there in the middle, dancing down the wicket, and he will clear the boundary. A lot of batters have loved that side of the ground because it's the shorter side.
There you see flighted delivery, taking a little shimmy. I'll tell you, we've had many sixes this game, but this one is one of the biggest. Coming off, of course, Tatayone's blade. Telling his partner, I've had enough. As Team Botswana crosses the 3-digit mark, 104 for 5 after 15.4.
Another search party will be sent to look for that one. And the umpires, they're thinking of going to get another set of Kookaburra balls here because plenty have gone into the banana plantation. Very few have come back.
It's that man, the third umpire, of course, Christian Gassana, Rwanda International, who's been kept very busy. They might end up running out of those cherries.
Start eating into those for the next game, where the hosts will be taking on Nigeria in the afternoon. Catch that action live at quarter to 2.
You would feel for the kids, of course, who normally come here early morning at 5 to have their training. They come in good numbers. You'll feel their Christmas came a little bit early. They have already more than 3 boxes of kookaburra balls right there in the banana plantation end.
I love the impetus from Tatana Tose using his feet to get the last delivery and go for a maximum. That's great presence of mind. As much as you have a mammoth total that you're trying to chase, but giving yourself a chance to play your shots, it will make your game grow. You will be only more confident, and you will express that in your future games that you will play. So this is also an opportunity for Botswana batters, especially their middle order that has struggled, to get some time out in the middle.
Beast the outside edge, trying to play it between those two fielders, Riyazat Alisha at slips and the fielder at backward point. But again, watching from the side after the power play, of course, you would see how Uganda is a class apart in this tournament. Of course, numbers don't lie when we come to the rankings. They've managed to put on, every time they go out there in the middle, a collective performance, either from the bowlers with spin. The spinners have been tremendous. 105 for 5, of course, after 6.
And we look at the Manhattans. The darker shade of blue represents Uganda. They had a big 17th over. Meanwhile, Botswana still yet to have a real tall one. The closest they've got was 14 runs in the 7th over, but they lost a wicket there. It's been flat ever since then. They haven't been able to keep up. And that's how they have struggled there.
Coming back to my point, as we see Alpesh Ramjani back into the attack after picking up, of course, 2 wickets, a little bit expensive, going for 11 runs and over, courtesy of that man, Tarindu Pereira's cameo. With the bowling, the spinners of the men in yellow and red, they've managed to pick up 42 wickets, if I'm not mistaken, in this tournament. And when we go in the batting department, they've made sure Robinson Obuya up there, the openers, putting on a show, of course, with the bat. We saw Obuya getting that 83 against Team Rwanda. We've seen Simon Sesazi. We saw the other day, the first game of this tournament, Alpesh Ramjani taking a liking of Tata Yune's bowling to get the first half century of the tournament. And when we come back into the field now, the fielders, they have managed to drop at least 4 catches. Everything that has been hit in the air, they've made sure they take those catches. Rocks back on the back foot again, straight to the field at covers. Is that man Karabo Mutlaka, the captain?
Karabo 13 from 27. He has just about 3.4 overs remaining to make an impact here. Really struggled. He's been there from the start, but hasn't been able to make any impact in this game. He should give himself a chance, play your shots. If you can't, make way for somebody else to come through. Because right now, Botswana are about 80 runs short, because Uganda were on 185 for 2 at this stage.
And also, coming back to your point, I love the fact that Riyazat Alisha knows the weakness of Karabo Mutlaka playing the off spinners. And he's made sure not room whatsoever offered by the spinners. Takes a little shame on that occasion, not enough timing. 2 is the call. Can they take on the arm of Franco Subuga? Run out chance. Oh, and they're well in. Very good running between the wickets.
Good call from Karabo Mutlaka. He was running towards the danger end, making sure that he keeps Tatana Tose on strike, who's seeing it way better than him. So it was a risk worth taking.
Plays it again, but this time round back to the bowler Alpesh Ramjani. And with that dot ball, we come to the end of the 17th. It is 109 for 5. Needing 121 in 18. You'd feel it is, of course, a very big mountain to climb for Team Botswana.
17 overs done, 3 remaining, 18 deliveries to be specific, 121 runs needed. You would say Joseph Baguma, 4th over. First ball, Karabo finds a single to get off strike. And this partnership is now worth 34 runs. Karabo Mutlanka has only scored 7 of those 34. 26 have come off the bat of Tatayana Tose. (26 from 29). It's great efforts to see Tatayana really giving himself an opportunity to show his batting skills. He was doing the same with the ball, so he's really converting himself into a valuable all-rounder because he's really putting up a fight here. Yes, you forget about the ask of 230, but also just to improve your batting skills. Down the wicket, goes for a maximum, fielder under it, and taken. And that will be a catch. Joseph Baguma will pick up his first wicket in this match. Tatayana Tose trying to clear a longer boundary, hitting it into the wind. It holds up for a catch.
Joseph Baguma bowling it. He saw him taking that little shimmy, knowing that he's hitting, of course, in the bigger part of the ground. Holding out in the deeper, but a very good catch in the end. A very good communication between those two. Simon Sesazi letting his fielder, of course, Mangela, go for the catch. It is Tatayone Toye who has to depart for his 26 of 31 deliveries. I'll tell you, he has been my MVP for Team Botswana. That man, Tatayone, contributing with the ball and with the bat, turning out to be the lone ranger of Team Botswana. It's now Michael Benerost joining the captain, Karabo Mutlanka. You would feel everyone in Botswana would have loved the captain to get out because he's put on a pedestrian knock of 15 off 29.
Baguma, he greets Michael Badenost, welcoming to the crease. A good over so far from Joseph, finishing off his allotted 4. He's given away only 1 run, but importantly, picked up the wicket of Tatayana Tose. Off the mark, Badenost. Half and half, you would say, in terms of what's needed for Botswana and where they are. Last delivery of the allotted 4 for Baguma. Oh, and cleans him up. What a way to finish off things. What a way to finish off your 4 allotted overs. And you pick up the wicket of a man who's been there struggling. Karabo Mutlanka has to depart. He will hang his head in disappointment.
Very good thinking there from the young Baguma, coming round the wicket for the left-hander Karabo Mutlanka, bowling that wrong and deceiving him on the back foot, knocking the off stump out of the ground. It's that man who has to take the long way back to the dugout, put out, of course, for his misery knock there.
Katla Pete walks onto the park. 2 new batters in for Botswana. A summary of how they have been in terms of batting. They didn't come to the party, I tell you, because it's been hard, it's been tough for them to really get going. And the second biggest partnership that they've had in this entire match has been disrupted, you would say. That was between Karabo Mutlanka and Tatayana Tose, trying to build up another. They lose Kalabo, leaving Michael Badenost to try and form something with Katla Pete here. 2 overs to go.
Up against, of course, the spin attack of Alpesh Ramjani, who's bowling his last over of the quarter. Already has picked up 2 wickets Going for 26. They would love him to finish on a high.
Yeah, Pershram Johnny stands out as one of the contenders for MVP, if not also for player of the tournament. Baranos pushes it leg side for 1. Can they push for 2? They settle just for 1. There have been a number of people that have put up their hands, but Ramjani has been also one of those that has been outstanding. With both bat and ball as a half century to his name. 5 wicket haul to his name. 2 wickets in this game. Everything working out for him. Second leading wicket taker in the tournament. What more else could you want?
Oh, nearly misses out on that one. Is Alpesh Ramjani.
Ramjani. Katlapit having a taste of his own medicine. Sweeps it. Nakrani fumbles it. But fortunate enough to have quick reflexes just to keep it to 1.
What a gem of a player. There's a reason, of course. He was given the award of the best international player for Team Uganda. Is that man, Alpesh Ramjani. He's had, of course, a very good year with bat and ball. All driven down the ground from that man, Michael. Last ball to come from his quarter. Giving away only 3 runs in this over is Alpesh Ramjani. Fall gets some inside edge on that one, but straight to the fielder at short leg. And that should be the end of his quarter. Picking up 2 wickets, going for 29 runs in his 4 overs. 114 for 7 after 19.
The captain brings himself back to bowl the last one. He was part of the opening pair of bowlers in their defense of 230. Went for 12. Quite expensive in his first over. He's going to give himself an opportunity to bowl the last over. Bowling to Michael Baranos. Pulled away. It's too short. Just be 1 as he hits the sweeper. Testing his bowling abilities. What better way on better platform? You have a buffer of a lot of runs. Almost 130 runs that you have to work with. 115 to be specific. Can't get it away. Any positives you can pick up for Botswana here, Bashir?
Yeah, of course. I love the fact that the batsmen coming in at number 4-5, they've tried to contribute. Of course, given how they played their first 2 games, not getting any contribution from the middle order batsmen, they've moved on. We saw, of course, Regina Nehonde, as we see that boundary from Katlapate. We saw Regina Nehonde getting that half century, trying to cut off the deficit in that particular game. As we all know, it might come down to the net run rate to see if between Nigeria, Rwanda and Botswana, who's going to play Uganda in the finals by the looks of the table.
Important remarks that you put out there. Whereas Ali Shah, he holds his hands by the hips there. He's gone for 17 in 1.5 overs at his ball. Not happy with the fielding efforts. Swing, they run for it. Oh. Targeting the batter, not the stumps. The 120 comes up for Botswana. It'll be good signs for their batting skills. Having a look at that one again. Hit it into the surface. Took off. Nakrani, well, oh my. Nearly taking the bat out. That jump came in handy. Down the wicket, Badanos comes. Misses it totally into his pads. Right, the final delivery of the ILT20 is what remains here in what's been another great exhibition of batting from Uganda, and as well magnificent pieces of bowling from their consistent bowlers. They still run. But the run will be completed and it will be signaled as a leg bye of the last delivery of the ILT20. So Botswana, they finish off scoring 121 runs for 7 in the ILT20. Not enough for that mountain that they were supposed to climb. Uganda will clinch this one with 108 runs. It'll be smiles again from the cricket cranes of Uganda. Great exhibition.
A lot of smiles there. Of course, Uganda were put into battle, getting to that 229 at the highest score in the tournament so far for just 3 wickets in their allotted 20 overs. Botswana stuck to 121 for 7 in their allotted overs. Uganda winning by 108 runs. What a day, what a morning we've had here. Of course, those men there in yellow and red, they stay unbeaten in the ILT20 Continental Cup, powered by Fancode.
As we have a look at the betting card for Botswana, Karabo Mutlanka, 15 from 30, struggled. He was there from the start right to the latter end. And the notable performances will be Tarindo Pereira's 26 from 12, but the one that will stand out the most will be Venu Balakrishna's 31 from 16. Great cameo up front. Tatayona Tose also handy with the bat, 26 from 31.
See, of course, the bowling charter of the men in yellow and red. They are led, of course, by Raghav Dhawan. This time round picking up a wicket. Expensive, going for 13 in his 2 overs. Again, the spinners came to party. Alpesh Ramjani, 2 wickets. Joseph Benjamin Baguma, 2 wickets. And Henry Senyondo, the leading wicket taker with 15 scalps, picking up a wicket with a very good economy of 3.7 to make sure they pick up those 7 wickets to win by 108 runs.
Have a look at the highlights. Castleman got off, but however, that was the only effort he made with the ball there. Venu Balakrishna came in, provided a handy 31 from 16, fortunate on some occasions, but however, anything short, he was able to put it away with ease, played some magnificent shots, and cleared the boundary with ease, the shorter side, and that was important to try to get them as close as possible to the required run rate, which was over 10. But however, the introduction of Alpesh Ramjani proved to be the turning point. Tarindo Pereira had a great cameo as well. Some big hits he got. Magnificent pieces of batting that he was doing here. Finding the shorter parts of the boundary. Just one hit too many that he got, and he also perished. Frank Subugal came in handy as well. But also some magnificent pieces of fielding were in exhibition as the leading wicket taker in the tournament proved to be another key member of Uganda's bowling efforts. Some fortuitous boundaries did come for Botswana, but however, it was not enough to see them over the line. That was Botswana. Some magnificent hits they got, but however, that was all that was there for Botswana as they perished. And they lose this one by 108 runs.
As you see the match summary, of course, of match day 6, game number 11. Uganda led, of course, by Simon Tesazi, 85 of 53. 65 from Shridip Mangela of 34, and Riazat Alisha's cameo of 36 of 15. Tayone once again a little bit expensive, but picking up those 2 wickets, and Botswana coming into the chase. Vino's cameo of 31 of 16, and Tarindo Pereira 26 of 12, and Tatayone once again contributing with the bat and ball, 26 of 31, and that man Joseph Benjamin Maguva picking up 2 in his 4 overs, going for 20 runs, and Alpesh Ramjani once again 2 wickets to make them 10 in the tournament for his 29 runs in 4 overs, and Frank Subuga yet again picking up a wicket for 12 runs. And the next match, of course, is going to be the Yellow Greens Nigeria taking on the host Team Rwanda in what is expected to be one of the big game in today's encounter. But do not go anywhere, as we're going to be down there with the post-match with our co-commentator, Mr. Eli Tawanda.
Welcome to the post-match presentation of match number 9 here, where we had Uganda taking on Botswana. Botswana won the toss and they elected to bowl first, hoping to restrict Uganda to a sizable total. But for the first time in the tournament, Uganda, they breached the 200 mark, scoring 229 and 230 was the target. We'll talk to Botswana's captain, Karabo Matlanka, first up. Karabo, different day, different team and a different outcome after winning the toss.
Yes, I don't know if it was a good toss to win after all. Might have rather left it to them, but yeah, of course Uganda is a quality side. We wanted to do ourselves some justice today, but today wasn't the day.
I know it's hard to speak of positives. Are there any that you draw from this game?
Very tough to say, but I think we might have found a new leg spinner. I think the positivity the guys showed at the beginning to try and see if we can get ourselves in the game. I think it's not. I don't think the guys are too despondent. I think the guys still have hope.
Definitely a tough one. Better luck in the next one.
Thank you.
Now we take a chat with the winning captain, Riazat Ali Shah. man who has been finding it easy to win. Riyazat, change side that you had here, you made 4 changes, a spin-led attack. You also gave yourself a chance with the ball. What was the reason behind that?
I just want to, as I said, we want to see more combination than me myself want to bowl a couple of overs. That's why I rested my pacers. But good to see from batting unit that they went out there and played with freedom, and I'll say smartly. I will say I'll use the smart word because of the way they played here.
Right, we take a look at some of the changes that you made. Joseph Baguma was given a run. How has it been finding it in this tournament?
We want to give more opportunities to the boys to express themselves in there, and that's what we want to do in all this tournament, to see what combination we can go through.
Congratulations, good luck in your next one.
Thank you.
As the winning captain. Now we come to some moments in the game where we take off notable performances. That's the Player of the Match award that will be given by our third umpire, Kasana Christian, who will come up with the award. And this one will go to Simon Sisazi of Uganda, who scored 85 of 53, striking 6 fours and 6 sixes. Sisazi, let's have a chat. Sisazi, we haven't seen much of you up until from the World Cup. You only played your first game in this tournament since then. Then you come back and then you score 85 of 33. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels nice. It feels nice coming back. You know, it has been long. Yeah, it's good to struggle. Sometimes it's good to struggle. It makes you, you know, work harder. So I've been working so hard, and in my heart, I believe that yeah, one day, one time, I'm going to come back hard and strong. So today was my good day to make it count. I was really hoping for a second 100, but yeah, it happens. You know, sometimes things happen, but I believe we still have time. I still have some more games. If I get more chances, yeah, you never know. I'll hit it big.
Scoring 85. How do you assess the surface here?
Yeah, the surface is good. The surface is good. The wicket has not been playing so much different. It's a bit flatter now because as day goes by, it is shining a lot. So the wickets get more harder and flatter. So I used that chance to make it count. So yeah, I really did it.
Were you eyeing for 100?
Yeah, definitely. My main point was 100. I really needed to make a big statement to the world, you know. But yeah, it happens. But it means that yeah, I'm getting closer. You never know if I get another chance next this coming matches. Yeah, you never know. I'll hit it big.
Congratulations. Good luck in the next one.
Thank you so much.
Our player of the match, Simon Sisazi, eyeing for a big one. Do stay for another big and exciting counter as the host will be taking on Nigeria in the next match coming up. That's it from the post-match presentation.